They're gorgeous colours. Take advantage of the fact that they're exclusive here in the UK to you. They were only launched last night in America to the trade, not to the public, to the trade. So get in first. 123750 is your item number. And if you want to add that to your one-day special, then that price becomes a flexi-buy price, dividing that into 2. And your one-day special is also exclusive to us, to you, for 30 days. That's exciting, isn't it? Right, Jodie, what we're going to take a look at?
Right, so we're going to play with the only sentiment die that's left, okay? And this is the Mermaids to be Friends. So first of all, I'm going to use the outside edge.
When you say the only one left, you mean the only one available singularly?
Absolutely.
Yes, you can get hold of that, but it is available in that one-day special.
So let's just take this and tape it down. Now we're using that most amazing raspberry metallic card. Oh, I love this cardstock. So let's run that through. So this is going to give me an outside edge. Now, if I was going to cut a sentiment out of white, then I could cut that out on its own because it has its own outside cutting edge. Okay. And therefore, it would actually sit perfectly, get my starfish in the right place, it would sit really nice and neat on there. But what we're actually going to do is we are going to cut it, but I am cutting it for what is essentially the waist.
Okay.
So let's run that through.
Is that the bits in the middle?
No, it's going to be the outside.
Right.
Because what it's going to give me, if we have a look, you see this little edge that's going all the way round. That is what I want.
Okay.
Because we've already cut one out of the lighter colour that would now sit in and give me that faux matten layer that's going to go around. Okay, so let's just cut one out of white because we do need a backing plate.
Okay.
So let's get and tape this down. Oh, blimey, that's tight. Let's run that through.
Oh, the dye on the paper.
Yeah. It's really tight on that piece of paper.
It's lovely, isn't it? Oh, great idea. And because you've got those 2 colour tones as well, works perfectly. Love that.
It looks gorgeous.
It really does.
Yeah. So now we've got the outside edge. So let's. Oh, I didn't put the top on my glue last night. Let me just.
We'll let you off. You had a very busy day yesterday, Jodie.
I also exploded the glue pot as well yesterday.
I thought you meant you exploded.
Yeah, we had it. We had it all over the place. So let's take the outside edge first of all. So let's just go round, just add in the adhesive onto that edge.
What glue are you using?
So I'm using the Pure Sheen.
Okay.
So let's just place that onto there. So just make sure that it covers all that backing up. We're then going to come in with the other one. So just all the way around that edge there. Bit up the seaweed. And then that is going to sit into there. So we've now got what essentially is a double mounted, but it's not.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does.
That would now go in my collection for another project.
Yes.
But that there is essentially the waist.
That's pretty amazing.
It's good, isn't
You know
it?
when you think you would normally throw that away?
Absolutely. So let's take the Little Mermaid.
And with the dyes, Jodie, the 2 sets, can you actually mix and match the centre part of the Mermaid?
Yes.
Are they the same size?
They will all intermix, not just the centre dye. The whole lot will intermix.
That's good, isn't
together. So let's cut out the Mermaid because, as you can see, we've taken the centre. It now doesn't say Mermaids to be Friends. There's no centre in that.
No.
We've taken the wording out. So now my little Mermaid is actually going to go in there. Now what I didn't do, which I should have done, is put the outside edge on. So what we'll do is we'll just take all our bits out.
I'm just looking at the piece of card you're going to mount this on. Where'd you get that from?
It's just been done on a scoreboard.
Can I show it?
Yeah.
Seen that? That's lovely. It just caught my eye and I thought, I can't remember selling cardstock with embossing on like that. Just using a scoreboard.
Just using a scoreboard.
Isn't that brilliant?
So my mermaid now, bless her little heart, she's going to be cut out.
Love that idea.
It's good, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, with metallic card as well, and pearlescent cardstock, that idea really stands out. It does. So I'm coming in and I'm chopping out my mermaid. A lot easier if I've got my glasses on, but as I haven't.
I've got some you can borrow. But you are using those fabulous scissors we've got available on the show.
Oh, I love these scissors.
Do you? Why do you love those in particular?
The ergonomic in my hand.
Yes.
You know, I have, let's face it, I don't have ladies' hands. I have big, fat hands.
Yeah. My hands were described as sausage hands.
Yeah, that's a good example. Yeah, sausage fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an Aries thing, I think.
Is it really?
It must be.
So literally, I'm able to get my fingers in there. The handles bend. Can you see how that handle is bending? I don't get any ridges in my hand, which is absolutely superb. But we do have a collection on the website. You get a 9-inch, a 7-inch, a 5-inch. You also get the craft pick and also the scorer as well.
And it is at a fantastic price. It really is. You are saving £10, 2 payments of £19.98, so it makes it affordable to get what you want right now today. It's the Tim Holtz Scissor and Paper Tool Collection. Is that a sharpener you've got there?
No, that is a...
that's the
paper scorer.
The paper scorer, yes. Oh, that's fabulous. You get all of that included, and it's 970954, all beautifully ergonomically designed as well. And of course, all with that Tim Holtz logo on there. So if you want to go for that, pop it into your basket.
Right, so now let's make this into a card base. A lovely piece of the lilac. We've got the raspberry going on there as well.
Such gorgeous colours, Jodie.
We've then got that scored piece of cardstock. That's going to go into there. And then my mermaid is going to sit onto the front of there. Now, we have a card, but this is going to be given to somebody rather special, so we're going to make a box to go with it.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got the beginnings of the box here. One box, one lid, like so, and we're going to use all the other components.
Okay.
So remember that sentiment that we cut out?
Yes.
That sentiment is now there.
Okay.
Okay, so let's make this box up. We've cut out that sentiment out of the middle of there.
Right.
The other one, we've done exactly the same, but this is on a smaller piece of cardstock. So it's literally in reverse of what we did here.
Yeah.
So we've come in, so we've now got the reverse image of that one. My mermaids are going to come onto here as well. So that's going to go into there. And then all we're going to do is just very quickly put some straps on the side of the box.
Makes it extra special, doesn't it?
It does. It really does. So just going round like this.
You might have some bath salts or some soap that you've made and created. You could use these on a box to give them as a gift.
You certainly could. Now the other thing is, what you could actually do is make this into a light box. So what do I mean by that? Can you remember when we put all that together, when we didn't have that back panel in?
Yeah.
This here is one of John's frames.
Okay.
He had this on last week. If you take that sentiment and put that into there,
Yes.
put a piece of vellum behind it,
Yeah.
put your lights inside.
Oh, battery operated lights, of course.
Yeah, that then would become a light box that could go onto the front of there to make a piece of home decor for, a little girl.
Oh, that'd be fabulous. Oh, wouldn't that be
Yeah,
lovely?
but wouldn't that work
Yeah,
really,
it really would.
well? You know, those, let's face it, you can pick those lights up for about £1 now.
Yeah.
So literally cut that into the front, glue them into that back ridge there, and you've got a little light box.
I'll tell you something else that would be really good. You know how you can make your own lampshades?
Yeah.
Before you put it onto the actual structure, you could cut out the mermaids all the way around. So you'd have all the little mermaids all around the room.
It'd be pretty.
How lovely.
It'd be lovely.
Oh, isn't that gorgeous? If you want to get hold of your one-day special, it is available on a flexi buy. It makes it affordable for you, so you can pay half the price this month plus your P&P unless you're a Freedom member. And then the remaining of the second half in a month's time, in February. Can't believe I'm talking about February. Where does the year go?
Neither.
If you do want to get hold of your one-day special, then that's for you. If you want the dye that Jodie has just been using on its own, it's the only one available on its own at the moment. Mermaid to be friends, 084 568 £10.99. Excellent value for money, and it is beautiful. You can use that in all kinds of different ways. Fabulous. Very busy for your one-day special. It is a superb collection. You're getting those two fabulous main dyes in there, and then of course you're getting your sentiments as well. You can mix and match the die sets if you want to, making and creating some beautiful cards. This one here is absolutely gorgeous, and using those fantastic colours of the orange and the blue to mix the sand and the shells with the sea really does bring that to life. And then taking the mermaid out of the centre and just placing her on the side. If you don't want to use the mermaid and you want to make a splash without that particular design, then you can do. Different ways of using it. Here's a lovely way with a little shaker card in there. What a great example of that. It's beautiful, isn't it, with the shoal of fish going, or the school of fish going around there. Let's pick this one up and show you. This focuses on the mermaid in the centre, again using the lovely dye around the edge with gorgeous colours, but focusing on the mermaid. You could make and create boxes with these, you could make and create home decor with these as well, but the cards that you make are fabulous. Maybe something like this just dangling on a piece of string, making a collage, like a mobile, for example, would be lovely. Very nautical theme as well, so these will go in your bathroom as home decor if you wanted them to. Or if you make and create soaps, if you bought the soap making kit that we were selling yesterday here on Hochanda, something like this would work so well with that particular deal. Now, scrapbooking is another wonderful idea. Maybe you're going on a beach holiday this year. Maybe you've got memories, fond memories of your beach holidays. This is going to give you the opportunity to place your dies in such a way that your scrapbooking will become even more interesting. Your home decor in your bathrooms, in your areas around your home, even more interesting. Even just using the simple parts of those sentiments and dies look absolutely fantastic, especially if you're going for the brand new colours of the Nouveau. If you do want to get hold of your one-day special, you are getting 25 dies in total, 2 payments of £29.97. Which is an incredible deal, and nearly 60% of the stock of the one-day special has gone. Nearly 60% of the stock, but there's still 40% remaining, so you can come on in, check out your baskets and assure yourself of the products. Right, back with Jodie now, because we're going to talk about layering dies, and this is a great deal. £29.98. You're saving £20 on these.
Base core essentials. Everybody needs a set of circles and squares in their collection. It's the law. Okay,
Like
these are everyday products that you're going to use day in, day out without fail. So I don't even store mine away. Mine live on my desk because I use these all the time. Now, not only do you get the dies, you also get the magnetic sheet, and you also get the little carry case to put them in as well.
Fabulous. So with your magnetic sheet, you can keep them all in one place. You can keep them out on your desk at all time, as Jodie does, because they are essentials. Let me pop that there. But you're making £20 savings, so you can use that maybe towards your one-day special. £29.98, 780777 is your item number, with the magnetic sheets and the little folders to keep them in.
And let's face it, you can put the circles on the back of the squares, and then you've got a spare magnetic and pocket for something else.
Genius. That's why we've got the Queen of Dies with us today.
Frugal, I'm from Yorkshire.
Right, another fabulous deal and some more sentiments for you as well. These are half price, £19.47. Normal price of £38.94, but the half price, brand new today price, £871,414. These are great.
I love these. You know I love journaling and scrapbooking and the memory books, and these fit into all that genre. Whether you are doing your mixed media, you can use these in very fine detail, or you can use the Verso Edge to get that really dark orange background that you can see on the picture. So therefore you're able to put your 3D foam and your silicone and everything else on the back.
Yeah, let me just pick one of these up and turn that around to show you. So they are a lovely size as well to use in the way that Jodie was explaining. £19.47, and that's for the whole 6. So it's great value for money, it really is. They're half price. Take advantage of that. You know, when I take them off, I can never put them back.
If you just take the, sorry, we're just having a learning process. If we just bend it at the bottom there, and then it stays in.
Okay. Unless you do that.
She's such a rebel.
Right,
Can't take her nowhere.
Let's move on.
Was that a mum face? Was that a mum face?
Did you do a mum face?
Well, normally I have to go like that because she's over 6 foot, the daughter.
Okay.
Yeah, it's always...
I always do everything you say, Jodie. You know that. You know that. Right, okay. Tim Holtz scissors. You saw Jodie using some of these earlier on. Ergonomically designed. Tim Holtz, of course, sometimes that's all we need to say. But let's say a little bit more about this particular collection. Great price, saving £10 on this.
These are absolutely brilliant, I have to say. Once you've had a pair of these, you'll be back, because they're the best scissors, in my opinion, on the market. Now, let's just talk Jodie for a minute. Let's forget a Hochanda or tonic. One of the things I like to start off with, each and every pair has a protective sleeve.
Very good.
Yeah, because the amount of craft bags that I've gone through where I've put my scissors into my side pockets, and eventually the bottom has fallen out of the side pockets because the scissors have gone straight through. Yeah, and there's nothing worse than catching your legs on them.
No.
It hurts.
Yes.
So each and every one has got the protective sleeve in there. Secondly, these are big handled scissors. Normally on a pair of scissors, your thumb holes are smaller than the finger holes.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, not in this instance. You've got a big capacity to be able to get your fingers in there. Then comes the flexible handles, and the handles on these are amazeballs. Yeah, and they literally do mould with your hand. So when you put your hand in, you can see that instantly bends.
But you still get that fabulous secure grip.
You do. The other one is it's got a perforation on there as well. And for me as a craft, to be able to cut my ribbon straight off without my scissors sliding down it, it's just a little thing in life, but that pleases me. And then my Desert Island product.
Go on.
My craft pick. I would not be without my craft pick.
Why?
I have got so many craft picks. It's an obsession, really. Yeah, you know, I do everything with my craft pick. Take things out, take splinters out, do my little bottles. Honestly, that does so many different things. And then your paper distresser. Ever tried to distress a piece of paper with a pair of scissors? How many times have you then gone, oh, and it's just torn out?
Yeah, gone straight in.
How many times have you done it and you've got a little rip here and a little rip there? That's fine if you want that texture. But if you want a beautiful distressed edge that rotates itself back in, that's the one to have.
Yeah, it is. And you're getting all of this for 2 payments of £19.98. 970,954. It's a great price. You're saving £10. Take advantage of that and stock up with the right scissors and the right tools for the craft. Now, let's move on to the stamping platform. I remember when we launched this.
It broke the internet.
It broke the internet.
It did.
It broke the internet. It really did. This is your Tim Holtz stamping platform. And you're also getting this fabulous bag as well with that gorgeous zip on there. I say gorgeous zip. I am a bit obsessed with zips, but I love the design of this because we've got that lovely copper sort of gold colour.
You do. Now, the stamping platform, I have to say, for me, has allowed me to stamp because I'm a self-confessed stamp. I don't know. I used to hate stamping. I did. I used to absolutely detest it because I never, ever got a permanent full image. It was always very patchy, and when you're doing it with a block, you can never go back and get it the same. You always get that halo effect. Great if you want that, but if you don't, then you have to start again. But with this, not only does it allow me to position the stamp exactly where I want it, it allows me to get it straight, which is a bonus, yeah, because that's not straight, is it? So this allows me to be able to get it straight. It allows me then to be able to re-ink my stamp. So especially with things like sentiments. In sentiments we have quite a fine detail in script, don't we? Now, how many of us have used our stamping block, put it down, pressed it down to make sure we've got it in all positions, taken it up, and because we've pressed it down, we've lost the definition of the stamp. It's spread. Yeah. You don't have to do that with this. So ink it, place it down. If you've not caught it, lift it back up, re-ink it, do it again. Yeah, perfect. It inks in exactly the same position as it did the first time to the 10th, 11th, 12th time. It's a great way to stamp. You also get the magnetic plates on there as well, so you can keep your card in position. You get the case, £24.98, saving £18. A little bit of a tip. Did you know it's supposed to be more expensive than this? I know you might say, oh, they're just saying that, but I actually did a shopping comparison before I came on air, and I tell you what, I can't find it anywhere at that price.
Well, even on our notes, I'm just being told by my producer, on the notes, it's actually more expensive. Now, I'm not saying anyone's made a mistake within the company. I'm not saying that anyone is going to get into trouble when they come in tomorrow morning, when we're all off. Take
when
advantage.
Our phones are switched off.
Take advantage of that £24.98, and when you do get it, it's nothing to do with us. Take advantage. 587742 is your item number. Head to the website, see everything we've got on the show, and shop by brand. This is where you can shop via Tonic Studio. See all the lovely goodies we've got on there. Add some more to your basket if you want to, or take a look at the new range of Nuvo drops and your spray and your mousse. Remember, if you want to get hold of those, they are exclusive to us here in the UK. They were only launched last night in America to the trade, so please take advantage of that. With the website, you can place things into your basket, you can check on out, and if your basket is £60 or more, you can turn that into a flexi buy. If you're going for the one-day special, anything you put into your basket after that becomes part of that flexi buy, because it is available on flexi buy. Right.
It's all right, it nearly got me.
Let's talk about the Tim Holtz glass mat that you're using right here, and we do have on the show. And when we launched this, it broke the internet too. Yeah, so literally the glass mat you've got on this area here, you've got a non-slip mat, okay? You can take that away, and underneath you've got all your little areas that you can use as a palette, because what you'll find is your little ink pads fit perfectly into those spaces, so you're able to use it as a media area. Now, we say this is the A3. A3 stops here. This is an additional 6 inches on this side, yeah? So lots of different ways of using it. And this what we're going to do is a prime example of why this glass mat is a Billy bonus. If you do want to get that Billy bonus, it's available on FlexiBuy, which is another Billy bonus. Do payments of £20, 500 850 is your item number. So we're going to use the mermaids, okay? So we're going to go in with this second size down. Okay, so this is my outside edge. So let's cut that outside edge. And then we're going to come in with the detail die. So let's just take that off and come in with this detail. Now, this is a
larger than average die. You'll notice that it comes over more than halfway. So you may have to rotate this by 90 degree, but we'll see how we get on. So all the way through. And then let's just turn it over. And if you can see the pencil line all the way around, which we can on there, it's not a pencil line, it's just the metal popping through there, then we know that is perfect. So let's just give that loving delicate tap. Oh, yes, delicate. So let's just take any of these cheeky little bits out. They're just hiding in there.
Using your craft pick from the collection that we've got available.
You know, I say my desert island product. This here is my little craft caddy.
Yeah, you like your craft pick.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm slightly obsessed with them. Yeah? I cannot be without them. I really can't. But Tonic treated me this week and gave me the new black one.
And that's retractable, isn't it?
It is. It's got 7 different settings.
7?
On that, yeah. So, at the moment, we have no blade.
No.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Ooh.
Yeah, all with different purposes. So when I'm using it to take bits out, I have it on the longest. When I'm curling things over, I have it on the longest. If I'm paper picking, I can have a small hole and put that in. I get a little diddy hole. I can have it on a longer setting, and then it's going to take it down to the wider part of the little blade. So let's take the next one. These are all the seashells in there now. So let's place that into the centre of there. And while we're at it, we're going to take the black card and we're going to cut out Mermaid's Kisses and Seashell Wishes.
Oh.
So let's take that. So very wet. She says, I wonder what a mermaid's kiss
I know,
is like.
that sounded so random because you only heard half the conversation there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was a random question in the first place, wasn't it? So I'm just going to rotate that by 90 and take that and put it back through.
I think if you got a kiss off a mermaid, you would be very lucky and very special, and you'd have to make a lot of wishes very quickly.
Or go and see a very special doctor.
Yes.
So
Why? What would you catch?
No, you wouldn't catch anything.
Oh, right.
But, mermaids don't exist.
They do, and they're married to Father Christmas.
They're married to Father Christmas.
Yes, they are.
Oh, gosh. Oh. Oh.
And the next door neighbours are the fairies. You know when you say something.
Oh, Lordy
But
Lou.
it's true. It's true.
Oh, dear. My mum used
And
to...
they go to the local elf club. Sorry, I'll stop.
Ah, dear me.
Well, I won't. You know me. I'll just carry on. Annoying. Sorry.
Right, so
Yep.
we've now got that beautiful outside edge. Okay. We're going to have this sentiment now. Now, we've already cut out Mermaid's Kisses.
Look how delicate that is. You're
Yeah.
quite right.
It is. It's beautiful. And we're now going to have Starfish Wishes. So I'm just going to take my scissors now, and I'm just going to cut out Starfish Wishes. So I've now got 2 separate sentiments, so Starfish Wishes and Mermaid Kisses. So let's just put all that to one side.
Okay.
Now we need Charlotte. Charlotte.
Chai latte.
Yeah.
Now you've got me saying it. Chai latte.
Yeah, but
Chai latte.
you'll remember it.
Chai latte. Yeah, you will.
Yeah.
So latte or latte?
This is where the media part of the mat is going to come in. Okay. So I'm going to go direct in, and this white cardstock is now going to become pearlescent.
That is beautiful.
Yeah. So that cheap white card is now that gorgeous ivory pearlescent.
And that colour really suits this range of dyes.
It does. So literally squidging this all in to those little areas.
Would you always use finger? Could
Oh,
you
I
use
do.
a dauber or
You can use a
sponge or-
dauber, you can use a sponge, whatever you want. But literally I find the finger, just get it in there and get it all into those edges. So I'm just going to come a little bit further in so that we don't have any white showing underneath our sentiment.
Transformation in that.
So from the white, you can see how stark the white is. So that pearlescent on there
Isn't that lovely?
is beautiful. So we've now cut out our corners. We've got the corner ones. We have got the mermaid. We've got a little bracket. So we're now going to ink all these. So I have got carrot stick. I have got rubber ducky. So let's take those onto the media mat as well.
Can I have a go?
Yeah,
Can I help you out?
yeah. Do you want to do the yellow?
Yeah, just
Stick-
on my finger like
Yeah,
that.
stick a bit of yellow on. So I'm going to go on the outside. If you go on the inside. Oh, it's all right.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
Should
fine.
I go on the inside as well?
No, it's fine.
You sure?
Yeah, it's fine.
Sorry, I'll just copy you.
It's all right.
And at
So-
the bottom as well, or?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fine. So then I'm going to do my mermaid as well. Oh, we've got another one there. Let's do that one.
Is that okay?
Yeah. So do you want to do that one now?
That one?
Yeah.
Put some yellow.
Yep.
Oh, okay. You're doing it double. These
So-
daubers are great.
So we're just coming in. So we've got that looking like so. We're going to come in now and do our little mermaid. So I'm going to go in with the dark first of all,
Oh, and that one there.
because I've only got one dauber without colour on. So I'm going to come in with the darker first. So this one that I'm using is Royal Plum.
Okay.
So all the way round
Put a bit more on
my little princess there. Go round her tail fin as well. So now I'm going to come in with Spring Heather. So this is a lighter colour.
there. Okay. These are really easy to use, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah.
So in there, so you can see she's got all the scales on her tail coming all the way around. Now, as we know, mermaids have blue hair.
All of them.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe they dye it with the seaweed.
Oh.
Or it's their seaweed diet that makes their hair green.
Absolutely, yeah. So, and we know that mermaids have sparkly tails.
Oh.
That is 100% fact because I'm told by the voice in my head.
I think mermaids originated in Greek mythology.
So, just doing the bottom of her dress as well. So that is my wee little mermaid. We now need to do a little bit of seaweed.
Okay.
So I'm coming in with Lime Burst and just doing just
Now,
a little
are
bit
the
of colour.
ink pads on the show?
These you will find on the website.
Yeah, head to the website and have a look for the ink pads.
So we're just inking all that in there. So we've got a little bit of seaweed. So let's get rid of all these little bits. Oh, hold on. Oh, I don't know. I've got my blue lid with me orange.
There you go.
We'll sort it out in a bit. So let's bring in our card a blank. So you will recognise this to be Memory Book 1. We've inked around it all and made our beautiful distressed background.
I think these dyes, more than any of the dyes that I've seen recently, are going to be very interesting with all the different colours. I don't know, I went all Bristol then. Sorry, all the different colours and techniques and methods that you'll be able to use to get that underwater style feel.
Yeah. So we've got our background in there. We've then used our stitched layering dies to bring in that detail in there. And then our middle one is just going to allow us to put our sentiments in there in a minute.
With the dies, Jo, did you think you could use these with fabrics?
No, they would be too detailed. They wouldn't cut a fabric. Yeah, good question though. So let's put our conch shell on. Let's put our starfish and our mermaid is going to come into the bottom there. We're going to have the other shell maybe a little bit higher.
Have you got me shell? My shell that I did.
Me shell.
Yeah, I should show.
So I'm going to cut my seaweed in half. And this is literally now going to be seaweed. So just adding. Nice one, Meg. You want to hear the jokes going on in my ears. So we've got seashell jokes, and Meg's just said, don't clam up, Janice.
If you've got any puns you want to share with us, anything to do with mermaids, anything to do with the sea, please share them on Facebook because they're very, very entertaining.
That was
they will be
one.
far better than anything I can come up with.
I liked that one.
I've suddenly got that deep sinking feeling.
Right, so Mermaid Kisses is just going to sit half on, half off. And Starfish Wishes is going to come in there. And then all I'm going to bring in is that lovely, where's it gone? Let's nick yours. The Calming Aqua, because this makes beautiful bubbles.
Oh, I love Nouveau drops. Oh, yeah. So just large going to small?
Yep. So let's have one card.
Now, for me, that's too good to be a card. I'd hang that on the wall, put it in a frame.
So there we have. There we go.
Isn't that absolutely fantastic? With all the different techniques and methods that Jodie did there. You can watch this show again on Rewind, by the way. So when you do get your one-day special home, you can craft along with Jodie. That's gorgeous.
And that's where the mat comes in.
Yeah.
Because unlike Janice, I didn't ink anywhere there, did I? All my mess is here.
Unlike me.
Well, you were inking down there, weren't you?
Yes.
And I was inking here.
Yes.
Now, just ignore where Janice was playing. If you just work in that one area, it contains your mess, so that this side is always clean.
Did I do it wrong then?
No.
Okay.
But if I was crafting at home, I would keep this clean, because if I ink on this bit and then put my white card on there, the remainder of the ink would go onto the back of the card.
That's a really good point.
You're keeping all your gunk.
Yeah. But you've still got that
section.
A3 size to work on.
Absolutely.
Brilliant. Go for the glass mat. It protects your surfaces, and it means that you can go and craft on the kitchen dining table if you want to.
Absolutely.
You can go and craft in your craft room if you want to. And you can also take it with you round to your friend's house as well. I love it. And I love the fact that it's black, because for me, it makes more sense. I can see the measurements in white. Brilliant. If you do want to go for your Tim Holtz glass mat, £39.99. Now, let me bring these back in, because these are the concepts for your one-day special. And Jodie, if you don't mind talking through them again, you get so much, and they're so versatile as well. We'll bring the details up for the one-day special again on the screen for you.
Now, in each die set, there is only one die that actually stipulates that it's mermaid.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is die set 1. So you've got the beautiful outside edges, you've got the gorgeous little scrolls. These could be Greek scrolls. They could go into a Greek temple and see these scrolls. You've got this gorgeous detail on this section here as well. You've got your 3 base course circles in every set. Now in one set it's a straight edge, the other set it's a scallop. So you're not getting 3 of the same. So that is your outside edge. And then this little mermaid, let's just flip around so she's actually sat properly, is where the mermaid comes into play. So once you put the mermaid in, that beautiful decorative edge then starts to look like seaweed.
Yeah.
Where on its own, it doesn't actually say seaweed. Got all the different ways of using it, breaking it down, making it into an aperture, making it into a frame. You've got your decoration corner brackets in there as well that can be very Art Deco if you want them to be.
And all of that from one of the die sets.
Absolutely.
Just one of the die sets that you're getting in the one day special. Do you know what my favourite is, Jodie? I love this.
It's gorgeous, isn't
Love
it?
that.
It's really, really pretty. It does remind me of round the top of the Greek columns.
Yes, yeah, very
all the
much
carving in the top. You've then got your second collection has got all your nautical shells in there. So we are starting to go down the nautical beach theme. You know, it could have a Brighton hut in there. It could have, you know, the bay made out of sandpaper, put in the bottom there, a couple of shells. Home decor without fail. And then the mermaid comes in. You've got the mermaid in that centre. You can see how she can be built up on all the different sizes, whether it's the large, the medium, the small, the outside edges, all from
The one die. And to show you the 2 edges you've got there as well at the top.
I don't know where they've gone.
Just there. And they come included as well. I think this is a fabulous set. And this is only 2 parts of the one day special. 25 dies in total, mixing and matching with some beautiful designs. Let me just grab the other boards here. Because
then we've got our sentiments. So we have got Mermaid Kisses and Starfish Wishes.
It's so delicate. That font in there.
The font on there is amazing.
In fact, let me just grab that card that I know you've got some Nouveau drops on there, but just to show you that cut out. You see how fine the detail is in there.
It's gorgeous.
It is beautiful, isn't it? So that's your first one. And let me just grab, there you go. Thanks,
we have
Jodie.
then got Oceans of Love.
Love that.
Now that Oceans of Love, what about making it into a little shoal of fish? Just by breaking it up. You can also make it into a beautiful heart.
Yeah, look at that, into a little shaker card.
Yeah.
That is a great idea. It's like a little porthole, isn't it?
Yeah.
Love that. So that's fabulous. That's included in your one day special as well.
Then Make a Splash. I instantly think of the movie. As soon as I read that, I think of that old movie about the mermaid.
Oh yeah, there you go. And there it is. Make a Splash. What did you do that in? Mirror card?
Mirror card and the teal.
That's
So it's got a
lovely.
drop shadow with the metallic behind.
Very nice. Love that. That's included in your one day special as well. And then, do we still have this individually? We do. We have this one individually if you want to go for this, but it is included in that one day special.
They're good on the, you know, different ways of being able to use them.
Yeah, they really are so versatile. Head to the website, see everything we've got for you on the show. So you can stock up your baskets, take advantage of FlexiBuy. Because your one day special is available on FlexiBuy, it means anything else that you put into your basket is also available on FlexiBuy as well. This is such a beautiful collection and can be used in so many different ways. You can be as elaborate as you like, or you can have a really nice contemporary style feel to the cards you make. Look at that. And it's the colours with these dies, isn't it, Jodie, that really do bring them all up to life.
I did tell you to get your blue cardstock. I mean, look at that one there. I love that one. Just the hint of black in there really makes it pop.
Then you've got the mermaid on her own.
But the background
Yes.
is made from the die.
No.
So Mermaid Kisses and Starfish Wishes, the sentiment die.
Is that cut out
That's
onto
cut
white so it
out
looks like it's embossed?
and stuck on.
Oh, I love that. Oh, that's a great technique.
good, isn't it?
That is very, very good. Yes, definitely. And then you don't have to have blue, of course. You can change that colour
Yep.
completely to match your room, to match your home decor if you want to. And again, add and layer up those fabulous dies that are included.
I love these inked ones. I think the ink is absolutely brilliant on them.
Now this one is beautiful, isn't it? Using those lovely sand coral style colours, and then you can open that up and then you can put your sentiment in there if you want to. You could have make a splash if you want to, which is beautiful.
Look at that one. That was using our stitch dies as well. I love the composition of that. Beautiful.
Now the fish in one of the dies, look at that. Just take that out of your die set and use that on its own. That is lovely.
It's good, isn't it?
It really is, yeah. I really like that. And here it is again, using the mermaid, but in a different style, using a different colour. So again, if you want to batch make your cards and maybe have a collection at your craft fairs, you've got the opportunity to do so. I'm saying that, we can make and create with these.
You can make and create as many as you want.
Perfect. Please check out your baskets with your on-day special. We've had another busy show. You're loving these dies. We love these dies. And we're loving your demonstrations as well, Jodie. When are you back?
I am back at 1 o'clock.
Back at 1 o'clock, ever working hard?
I'm going to go and fill my belly and then I'll be back at 1.
Yeah, you go and get a rest. Bless you, the Queen of Dies. If you do have any questions, of course, you can ask during the shows. You can leave messages on our Facebook as well. It's been great to have your company. Your one-day special right there on your screens. Pop it into your basket, check out, and then enjoy the next show at 1 o'clock with our Jodie. But stay right where you are because we've got plenty more coming up on Hochanda. See you in a bit. Right, we've got Crafts 2 coming up next with John and Dave, Quilting Antiques after that, and Daisy Jewels and Craft Storage a little later on.
Would you like to improve your crafting techniques by watching and crafting along with your favourite Hochanda guest demonstrators, or from the comfort of your own home? If the answer is yes, then we are excited to invite you to Craft Along, where you, our presenters and guests, will create an amazing array of projects throughout the year. Each month we will be bringing you a brand new kit that you can purchase on the day of each show. Or if you pre-order your kit, you will receive £5 off a purchase of £20 or more of any additional products featured within our Craft Along brand shop that month. So tune in, be inspired and create with Craft Along, your monthly crafting workshop.
Hi, I'm Fiona Clayton from Crafter's Companion. I've been crafting for about 7 years now, having rediscovered my love of a childhood hobby. I'm delighted that I can share with you all my hints, tips and ideas, and here at Hochanda we're going to make sure that you really enjoy your crafting as well. So join me, Fiona Clayton, here on Hochanda.
Hi, my name's Jodie Johnson from Tonic Studios. Now, how did I start crafting? I started just after school. I actually went to catering college and I started as a pastry chef. And that's where all my skills came, when I was moulding and shaping the petals. I was that lady making the cards, making the gifts, going to the farmers markets, but I was in the right place at the right time. And I ended up with a job at Tonic Studios by somebody showing Tonic my work. My dad always said, if you want a precise job, you need the correct tool. Now, I thought he was joking when he talked about planes and chisels and all that business. But if you do want the correct tool, Tonic is going to provide that for you. Now, here at Hochanda, we share all our skills, all our experience, all the little hints and tips with you. So come and join me here on Hochanda with Tonic Studios.
Hello, morning, happy Sunday. Cold enough for you?
It was very cold this morning when I left at 6,
It
yes.
certainly woke me up at 5:30, definitely, absolutely. Great to have your company this morning. Thank you to Janice and to Jodie. They're back a bit later on. John's with me. Good to see you, mate.
Nice to see you again. It seems like, 2-3 days? Yeah, it was.
Now, John's here with Crafts 2. I mean, they manufacture your John Next Door range as well,
They
so you've
do,
got a great
yes.
association with them.
Yeah.
A bit about Crafts 2, who are they?
Crafts 2 started, I think, in the late 90s. They've been going for over 20 years. I think last year actually was their 20th year. Okay. It's a family company based in the south of England. Right. Basically, you know, it's dad, mom, son. They do it, and they saw a niche in the market. And the logo of Crafts 2 I absolutely love is it says bringing crafts to you.
Right.
And that's the idea. Every product they do must be innovative, new, and better value. Mm-hmm. And that's the ethos that they've gone through the whole 20 years, is how can we get the best price for the customer, for the best product and the best innovation.
Right.
And I mean, they're very good friends, and I love working with them. They've been brilliant with me with my range, but they do a beautiful range of products as well. And some, I know we don't say it a lot as guests, but some amazing prices as well, which I think is important.
Now, we think probably one of the most popular items in the show is going to be the first item we're about to show you now, because you're going to get a set of dies and a set of stamps that work with the dies as well. And when you see the flowers that these produce, they are so believable. They are so realistic. Just look at those. They don't look artificial at all.
No. I wanted to do a really strong orchid that looks like an orchid. I think I've done fantasy flowers, I've done really beautiful flowers. I wanted something very, very realistic. So, you know, I basically studied the orchids. I have killed every orchid I've ever had. So there is a real sort of push on me that I wanted something that would actually last in my home. But I wanted to get that orchid that looks right, that you could do in any colour. And the guys have done me proud, and this one's Mrs. Duck. This one here is Mrs. Duck, and to me, at a quick glance, this is something that I would see in a shop.
Yeah.
And I would actually go up and pinch a petal and go, is that real?
Or on a hotel reception desk or something like that. It looks totally real. You probably go up and smell it, thinking there's going to have some aroma to it or something like that.
Exactly.
It looks that believable.
I'm going to nip out and bring you this one. But this is what you get when you put the die and the stamp together. So if I hold that there, you can see.
Perfect.
All of the lines and the detail have done. This will be the first demo, but you can make that at home, and that literally takes you about 5 to 10 minutes.
And just showing you how they look on cards as well. If I just hold this one up, look at that. Doesn't it just make all the difference? It makes it look totally realistic. Here we've got one that's been coloured in a different way. You've got like a pearlised card that's been used on this, and that works really well as well. But I mean, orchids are so exotic, are so beautiful, but like you say, they're an absolute mare to keep.
They are.
Now, if you have them artificial, they're just going to keep looking lovely for years and years to come, aren't they? Whether it's a card you're decorating, whether it's maybe mixed media you're using them on as well.
They're great on canvases, and there's a great thing I like with this is everyone would look at this and go, that's an orchid, that's all that does.
Yeah.
Now, I actually sent one of the dies to a great friend of mine, Bev Mearson, and I sent her a package, and it had the orchid in it and the poppy in that I had earlier on in the week that sold out. And I said, if you could make me some poppy cards first, that would be brilliant. So she opened the package, took out the die, looked at it and said, doesn't look much like a poppy, made them and sent me them. And this is her result. So this is the orchid.
But made to look like a poppy.
But made to look like a poppy. Here's another one she's done.
You wouldn't think it was the same
Got
flower,
to
though, would you?
bring this one in. That is the orchid as well.
Oh, wow.
And what I liked was, I thought it was brilliant. I mean, she actually texted me and said, I'm really sorry, I've realised I've made a mistake. I found the poppy die now. And I was like, no, Bev, that's brilliant, because I want to show that just because it's supposed to do one thing doesn't mean we can't do lots of different things with it.
Absolutely. Well, you're going to get the dies and you're going to get the stamps that match as well. Perfect together. 1998 is all it is, and it's 036798, and a demo to come, so we'll show you how easy they are to actually use. So it's 036798 your item number, 1998 your price. Now we've also got, moving along, these next dies that you can see here, the rectangle and the square we've got together for you. These have not been on air before either here at Hochanda, and you're going to get both of them for £19.98. But if I just hold up one of the cards I showed you a few seconds ago, this has been used on this card. It's also been used on this card as well. This one. Isn't that just gorgeous?
It's on that one.
Look at that. Beautiful, aren't they?
And just to bring in, because again, I just love this set. Is absolutely beautiful. I saw these in the Crafts 2 warehouse and just thought, these dies are gorgeous. I can't believe that I'd never seen them before. So in each die, you've got 3 layering dies in there, but they've got a lot of detail in them, a lot of emboss, a lot of deboss detail in them. but I thought they're perfect classic to go with the orchid because they just set it off beautifully.
Well, to get both, you don't choose, you get both of them for that price of £19.98, saving you £10. They should be about £15 each. They're getting them today for a third less than that, under 20 quid, and they're both on their way. 226071. Now, these next duos come together as well. I cannot believe the value on this. If I just turn them around, you'll see just how many dies you're actually going to get. Wow. That is a huge collection. And look at the price. Only $39.98, and if you're a Freedom member, we've even got more discount for you. We can let you have it for $35.98, and that's a delivered price. No P&P to pay for Freedom members either. 36 dies in total, perfect for matting and layering, aren't they?
These are perfect. I brought these on air, I think, separately about a year ago.
Right.
And they sold out, and it's taken nearly that long to get them back in. Because I absolutely love the notch corner, and the notch corner is very popular. Quite a few of the companies have gone with this sort of notch corner idea. And I absolutely love them. With frames like this, it adds a little bit more interest and detail than just you going with your square dies. And again, what they've done is, if I turn this one round a little bit, I'm really sorry, Andy, I'm always annoying you, I know. It's the director. If you can see, they've kept the aspect ratio. It looks like a magic eye painting.
It does.
Because the circle is the same element going all the way into the centre. So they've tried to make sure that there's the same gapping on all of them. Rectangles are very difficult, but if you look at the rectangle, they've achieved the same on the rectangle. So they've kept that arched look all the way through.
And you've got the right size for whatever project you're working on, from large through to small. They make perfect frames, perfect apertures, inverted cards, pyramid-style cards as well. You name it, you can do it with these. And I've not seen this design before. $17.99 on Flexi as well. If you're a Freedom member, you can spread the cost into 2 payments. That's all you pay today, $17.99, and both sets will be on their way. Automatically, your card gets debited with the final $17.99 in 4 weeks' time. Now, also, some more dies that I've not seen before. These are sets of 2, or 2 sets, you're going to get for this price of only $14.99. So, again, Crafts 2, their prices are fantastic.
The prices are brilliant for what you're getting. And again, these are coated dies, so your pieces will drop out easily.
Yeah.
What I loved about these was each of them, you've got the nesting dies. So the first one you've got 3, the second one you've got 6 nesting dies in. Again, perfect proportions, work exactly right. But what I wanted to do was, if anybody got the one-day special that I did earlier in the week, the scene box card, every single die in this set will fit in the scene box.
Look at this.
So they will all actually fit exactly right. So this is almost, to me, an extension pack.
Yeah.
And this is one of the things I love about working with Crafts 2 and with the John Next Door brand. I didn't want to do a die for everything. There are other brands and things that will fit, and what I wanted was to make sure that, so I chose these because I knew they would fit exactly. So if you've got your one-day special, you've got your box, and you don't have other dies, I mean, I'm sure we've all got other dies that will fit in there, but if you want the nesting dies that are all guaranteed to fit, they'll work perfectly. And just to show you, this is actually the waste from cutting that.
And look, just give it a little bit of a twist and a
Just
turn,
twist and
layer them
offset.
together. Doesn't that
And we're
look
getting,
effective?
now to me, that's the Yorkshire Rose.
Yeah.
That really does make me
I
look
can
like
see
that. But that's the idea, and all of these will do that, so they will fit within your scene box card, give you multiple things, and it, again, as you said, it's a great price to add in a lot more dies to your stash that work basically, but will work with what we've got.
I know you get 6 in one and 3 in the other, but it's working out $7.50 a set, which is crazy value, isn't it? And they'll work in any machine size permitting, no problem. The next duo we've got for you as well is just along the counter here, and these are again nesting dies. They nest together beautifully in slightly unusual shapes. You've got the kind of scalloped edged square, and you've also, of course, got this beautiful, it goes to like a point in the centre here, and it's $14.99 for both of those, so again, only $7.50 each.
Yeah, and again, all of these will fit within your scene box card.
Yeah.
They'll work perfectly with it. And these are your basic matting and layering dies. These are what we need, and these are what you don't want to be spending 30, 40, 50 pounds on.
No.
You want to be getting maximum results, but get it at a really good price.
And we've all bought dies that maybe you use once or twice and then they just get put in a drawer and forgotten about. These are dies that certainly will not be in that category. You'll use them again and again and again. When just an ordinary oval or a circle or a square isn't enough, you want something a little bit more decorative, these you'll reach for.
These will, and these are great. One of the things that I find is when I lose my mojo, which we all do, and there's loads of different ideas and tips and things to do to sort of pick it back up. One of the things that kicks me back in is taking some nesting dies like this here, and just to slide that in, and just cutting them and seeing what I can do. Because just cutting that and layering it around, suddenly I can see a card starting. And that's so much easier than cutting out a set shape. just playing with them. So these are great things to just cut lots of and play with them, and it really gets you back in the groove again.
Definitely. Now, the last items on the counter here, we've got 3 sets of 3 inks. Now, these are French, aren't they?
These are French. These are made in, they're actually all made in France.
Right.
They're made in a little village on the outskirts of Lyon,
Right.
which is absolutely beautiful. I got to go there, not last year, the year before.
Right.
And these are made by Aladdin, and the brand is Eyes Ink, as I call it, but as they call it, is ink, because it is ink, and it really needs an init on the end of that to me. It really does.
Yeah.
It is ink, innit? It's easy. But they're different. What I love about what Aladdin and his ink do is normal ink sprays. We've got ink sprays, we've had them before.
Yeah.
The first thing that they changed was they looked at them and said, right, what's the problem with them? And they said, basically, the main problem with a lot of ink sprays is that they clog. So these are a no-clog spray.
Okay.
They've altered the technology to make sure that they will spray and spray and spray. The second thing is that ink sprays take ages to dry and are very, very intense. So what you've got here is, these are all the colours that you can get in the Eyes Ink ink pads.
Yep.
So they match exactly. But you've got the colour in there, but you've also got, it's a little bit of solvent in. So these are instant drying.
OK, so within seconds.
Within seconds. So if I take one, I don't know why I shake it, you don't have to shake it.
OK.
But what I do is, on a piece of card, this is a white card, get it started because it's new, spray, OK? Virtually, well, again, I've used coated card again and not the right thing, but, I get right, that is virtually dry. Every time I do this, at home, it's perfect.
Right.
When I do it here, it doesn't work. But if you can see, if you can get in, you should be able to see it drying.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, it sort of fizzes and pops.
Yeah. So literally, within seconds of it touching the surface, it's going to be dry to the touch.
Yeah.
Now, you've got 3 sets of 3 to choose from. Now, the first one is called Sunrise. So this is the, you get the Aurora, you get the Saya, and you get the Grenadine as well. So basically, to you and I, it is a yellow and 2 shades of red, I believe, or it's like an orange.
You've got, that's an orange,
Yeah.
so you've got Dawn, they call this one. This one is wax and this one is Grenadine.
Right.
So I've put them mixed together because they mix together beautifully, each one of them.
And then the next 3 that we've got for you is called Berry Collection. So these are all shades of red, aren't they?
They are. So you've got here, you've got your framboise, which I believe is strawberry. I'm always getting that wrong. It's no, I think it's raspberry, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah,
raspberry.
raspberry,
Yeah.
rose and cerise.
Right.
So again, you've got beautiful shades of those. And again, in the quick drying spray, and the colours just match so well.
And then the final 3 that you've got the choice of, this is called Fresh. So this is Mint, which is the green one. Vervain is... Verbena. And then you've got Mer de Sud, which I had to ask you about.
Is Mer de Sud is South Seas.
South Seas. OK. So all those 3, basically blue, yellow and green, £14.99, so a £5 each. And remember, all the problems associated with sprays, clogging up, that doesn't happen with these. Instant dry as well. And you told me you can actually put this directly onto MDF.
You can. What you normally have to do when you're colouring MDF or you're colouring a canvas or something, you have to gesso it first, certainly with MDF normally, to get ink to go on it. So if you spray ink onto wood, it's a smooth surface, it balls up. This doesn't. This will colour MDF straight away.
Wow.
So this will just colour it, so you don't have to gesso it. Obviously you get a slightly muted colour, but again you can build up layers on it. It's beautiful, and it dries a sort of opaque chalky. It's lovely on MDF.
And it'll dry just as quick on MDF as it does on card and paper.
It dries just as quick on that, yeah, because it's not soaking in. What normally happens is when you spray an ink, the ink soaks into the paper. With these, it dries in the air because of the solvent in there.
Right.
So instead of it having to get time to work its way into the paper and dry through in water, it's not. It's drying in the air as soon as you spray it out. So again, the piece we did is now...
Yeah, blow dry.
Dry.
£14.99 then gets you your choice of whichever 3 you'd like to go for. 689733. You'll certainly be won over by Is Ink if you go for them today. If you've already got the ink pads, then these are going to complement the colours of the ink pads that you've already got. OK, the website's got everything else that's in the show from Crafts too, including, of course, loads of other dyes. We haven't got enough room on the counter to put all the things that we've got in stock out. So if there's something you're after from Crafts too that you haven't seen, there are the Eyes Ink or the Is Ink ink pads, which are there, the pigment inks. You've also got the Blossom tool as well for shaping your petals, that sort of thing. We've got stamens there as well. So it's all there if you have a little look at hochanda.com. Right, yo. What are we doing first?
Right,
then,
so I thought we should do an orchid,
Yeah.
do the classic, and actually show how it works.
Yes.
So, I'm just going to take my card out a little minute. I'm going to bring my stamp press in. And what I've done is, now if anyone's bought my stamps and dies in the past, you know I came up with the flower plate idea. And the idea is that you've got the little registration marks on there. Now normally you'd be used to seeing these in the poinsettia and things were all done as an A5 set.
Right.
With the stamp, plain stamp in, and then you had extra bonus bits in there. What I've done for this new range is I've made them slightly smaller.
Okay.
And so that what we can do is do it as a single A6 set so that it's cheaper.
And it's also genius. If you've never used this system of John's before, you can see that there's the arrows, top, right, bottom, left. And then that corresponds to the cutaway section on the die. So it means you line the die up perfectly every time.
You do. The idea came to me when I was cutting some stamps and dies, some stamps I designed to match with someone else's dies.
Yeah.
And I had to stamp the flower out 6 times. I then had to find the right die for each flower and rotate it round till it fitted. And I really am a life's too short.
Yeah.
You know, that was too complicated. So I came up with the idea of, we use registration marks in printing. So if you've ever opened a box or a packet and you see there's those little arrows and circles, those are registration marks to tell the computers where to print and cut.
Right.
So I thought, why can't we have them? So the stamp comes as one single piece. You can see how much I've used this one, because yours isn't got a white background. That's because I've used it with the white pigmenting.
Oh, okay, right.
Beautiful in white on black. We'll do that a little bit later in the next show. And what we do is, the idea was, I don't like waste, as people know. So this has been sized to be A6. So it'll go 1, 2, bring this in a little bit, 3, 4.
Right.
So that you will get 4 full sets. So you will get 3, 6, 9, 12 full orchids from one piece of A4 card.
Now that's going to make your cardstock go a long way.
Yeah, it is. And I know people say a lot of the time, oh, it's only a piece of card. But I wouldn't throw 10p in the bin.
No.
So why would I throw a piece of card in the bin?
Yeah.
You know, you want to get the best value out of it. So I've placed it down. I'm just going to close my press to impress, open it up, and then I'm going to ink this. Now this is watercolour card I'm using. Doesn't matter what card it is. There's some beautiful ones over there that have been done with pearl card. But I found if I want to actually structure it, the watercolour card works really, really well. It's only a thin, it's about 260 GSM.
Okay.
And I'm using VersaFine in sepia for the colours that I want to do. So,
Now, by the way, if you do like the idea of the orchid, 20% of a big stock of the orchid is now gone, and the stamps and the dies come together. They cut out perfectly what the stamps have stamped. And you stamp first, cut second, yeah?
you have to stamp first
Yeah.
and cut second.
Yeah.
So what you've got is, what I've done is I've inked it up, and if I can bring this slightly in, make sure you ink the corners. You always try and avoid corners when you're inking a stamp, because you don't want the little bits. With a stamp press, that doesn't matter, but these raised corners, make sure you ink them.
Okay.
Close the press and just press down. And I say this every time, but every time I do it, someone says, oh, I do that. You are not restarting somebody's heart with a stamp press. What you're doing is you're putting a Tupperware lid on.
Right.
So you're chasing that bubble round and going all
good
the way up
analogy,
and down.
actually, yeah.
If I don't have an analogy in my head, I don't remember.
Right.
That's to be a weird saying or story for everything. So once we take that off, you can see there, you've got all the detail. So all the little dots, all the little bits in there. And to me, for some reason, the kidney,
Yeah. Yeah.
because you could actually use that again for sort of like in anatomy classes for the kids. That's a kit set of kidneys.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
all that's done for you. I've done all that work. I've drawn all of that. Yeah. Now, we then take the die.
Right.
And you'll notice that the die has 2 corners missing from it. And they literally tie up to corner to
So clever.
corner. So don't waste time trying to peer through the die to see where's the best. No. Corner to corner.
Now imagine if you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 9 separate dies is what you would usually need to cut all these elements out. That would be really fiddly, really time consuming, like John said. Why not just have one die that is easy to level and it is easy to kind of position, and it cuts them all out in one pass?
And that's what I wanted. I am a lazy crafter. Matt said this on the show the other day, and I had to pop my head and say, yes, no, I agree with him.
Yeah.
I want things the easy way. But that's, as you say, I'd have to stamp 9 stamps to get this. Some of them are fiddly. Some of them are tiny. You know, to stamp that and lay a die over that, can you imagine?
Or imagine trying to cut it out with scissors or a craft knife. You'd be there
life
forever.
is
Yeah.
too short.
Yeah, yeah.
The other thing is, of course, because I've done it as a plate, what you'll find is, just hold this up slightly. Can you see all the 9 pieces on there?
Yeah.
Yeah. If they were separate dies, they couldn't go as close.
Right.
Because they would have to have a big edge around it. So that could not fit in that metal.
No.
So if I hadn't done it this way, it would actually take another half the size of metal. So it would actually be another £5 on it. So,
And also, of course, if you do put more than one die through the machine at any one time, you run the risk of them overlapping and crossing and damaging themselves. So, yeah, just having one die just makes life so much easier.
that's a brilliant point, because I forget the only way you can break a die or ruin it is by crossing them in the machine.
Yeah.
You can't do that with this.
No. But so many times people have done that accidentally, and, you know, you've ruined your dies then. It's not going to happen with this.
So it comes through. Here we go. Now, what I did do was to make sure that the magnet in my Gemini doesn't touch the die plate
Right.
when I've taped it.
Right.
Because the magnet can move it out of kilter. So make sure you don't let it touch. But then what I will have is already falling out all
Perfect.
9 pieces. Cut and easy. And if you see, your stamping is right to the edge.
Yeah.
Again,
Because you've got those positioning marks on the die, it's exact every
you
time.
don't need to leave that rim all the way around so that you can see through. So you don't have a plain piece all the way around, because you wouldn't have that on a natural flower. The other thing, of course, you said cutting with scissors. Would you want to cut that
No.
with scissors?
That would be virtually impossible, I'd say.
That's
Yeah.
very, very close. And my skills are not that much. So I'm going to pop those to one side, bring in. And I'm terrible for using one tool for everything. So I'm going to do some shading now. And as I didn't bring a glass mat, I'm going to do what I was doing a lot of the time. And you can see I've already done it on here. It's very marked. I'm going to use the top of my
Why not?
my press to impress. Why not? So I'm going to need, for each size, there is a back,
Yeah.
a kidneys, and a tongue.
Right.
It's how it works in my head. You can have your own names at home. And the idea is you've got all 3 sizes, and you can tell which each size is. There we go.
So you're doing 3 orchids in one pass through the machine. So that means you can do a big collection and a big display in next to no time.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm just going to pull those ones away for a minute, because we'll do with the largest one. So I'm going to start with the back. And I'm using here, this is the Eyes Ink pigment ink. Now, I'm using pigment ink because pigment ink is colour mixed with glycerin.
Right.
What that means is, if you've seen people put colour down and then mix it with glycerin, this is pre-mixed for you.
Right.
It's a slower drying and it's opaque. Most inks that you have are translucent. And what I want for this is, flowers don't work that way. I want the colour to sit on the top. So I'm just using my finger dauber.
And these inks, remember, are on the website if you want to get hold of them. They've been a very, very popular choice. And I think, are they a pick and mix?
There is a pick and mix on there as well, I
Yeah.
think, but we've got these in the sets
Okay,
on
so
the
you
show.
can either have a set or you can have pick and mix on the website. There's 2 sets to choose from on the show. That's set number 1, which has got the yellow, orange, hot pink, purple and light pink. And then the other option, if you'd rather go for the other colours, if they're more your taste, then we've got these to show you, which are the yellow, orange, oh no, that's the same one.
Yeah.
Yellow, orange, hot pink, purple and light pink. And this is the other one that's going to come up now. There we are. I gave you the same details twice. So here it comes. There's the other colours. That's your white, your red, your ruddle. That's a good name. Ruddle. Brown and black.
Brilliant.
$9.99 for those as well.
So I've shaded them so they'll match the flower shades we use. So all I've done is gone round with the dauber and just roughly, flowers are not perfect. Mother Nature doesn't have a fine paintbrush. She has a broad brush and she just paints. And all I'm going to do is put a little bit in the centre. And then finally with the tongue, I'm going to put some on the end, on the 2 wings, and I'm going to turn it over, and I'm just going to do a little bit of the back, only on the tongue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I've had a
Then-
question from Margaret this morning, wondering about what low-tack tape you use.
It's Scotch removable tape by 3M that
Okay.
I use.
Right. And that's readily available. So.
Yeah, you tend to find it online. Don't be fooled. I've said this to a lot of people. It has a blue centre.
Okay.
A magic tape has a green centre, and people think it's magic tape. It's not.
Right.
If it doesn't have a blue centre, it will rip your card to shreds.
Okay. So look for the blue centre.
Look for the blue centre. Next, I've got, this is hot pink. I love the way they name their colours. The only on the pigment inks did Aladdin and Isink bother to translate them and put them in English names, but they don't really understand English very well, the French. So that to me is not hot pink, that's magenta. And there's another one they've got which is called lemon, and it is a bright lime green.
A name's a name, it's the colour at the end of the day that you want, isn't it?
So that's why I put them together in sets, so that if you get the set, you're using the colours that I've used, and you're not having to think of the colour names in your head. But all I'm going to do this time is hold it up in my hand and just flick the edge. And this is the other reason I like to use a pigment ink, because if I'm using dye-based inks, sometimes when you go that, you'll get a line because they're dry. You can see the two colours have run into each other because they're not fully dry, because no flower is one colour. It's never one shade of orange. So a little bit in the centre again, do exactly the same.
Do you use colours in sets of 3? Is that what you normally do?
Nearly always 3s for me. So what I'm using here effectively is sepia, orange and hot pink.
Right, they all blend together nicely.
Yeah, and use the tongue, because if you think black would be a little bit too harsh, just a little bit on the bottom. So now, let's move these out of the way. Just going to bring in, now I want to explain about the mat, because quite a few people have not got this. What I used to use to mould my flowers was I used to use a cut-up stamping mat, because as soon as I got my stamp press, I didn't need a stamping mat anymore, I thought. And they are very soft. This is very, very dense. If you have a feel, Dave.
Oh, crikey, yeah.
I've never felt anything that dense. So it
It's
allows
not like a mouse mat or anything like that. It's a
no,
lot thicker than that.
it's not. So you need something very thick. I don't know if we've got these on the website. We might have.
Okay.
And I had them on the last show.
They don't come with the toolkit, no?
Yes, they come with the toolkit.
Now, the toolkit is on the website. We showed you that a few minutes ago, actually, the shaping tools. So if you have a little look on the website, you'll find it. Basically, it's a wallet full of shaping tools. There we are, look, there it is. So there's the moulding foam that comes with it. I thought it came together. $14.99, and it's 015972 if you'd like to get hold of those tools. And that's different size balls for different effects on the petals.
You have, yeah. You've got 6 different size balls in there, because you've got 2 on each end. So they work for different things. So a little bit later when I'm doing the orchid with the foam, I'll be using the largest ball tool, which I know isn't officially, but I call it size 6 because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to me. So what I'm using on this one is size 3, so the third largest.
The middle one.
Yeah. But you need to really press on. So I'm going to take and turn it to the back. So this is the piece at the back. So this is your back panel. All I'm going to do is press very hard all the way around.
You don't risk tearing the cardstock or anything like that?
Not at all. If you've got a really good dense mat, you can actually see some of the colour is coming off onto the mat. I'm pressing on that hard, but it's a lot easier. So we do those around all 3 edges, turn it over, and you can tell how it sits because the top petal, all of the lines come to the bottom. They all meet, and all we do is press in the middle there. Again, very hard. With your kidneys, same again, and you just go little semicircles from the middle out.
Oh, look at it. It's doming it beautifully, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's again, you can see where I've passed some of the ink onto here because it's so dense. And again, same again, just take it and go from the middle, semicircles out to the end.
So these tools, quite simply, are going to be a godsend.
Yes.
For $14.99, you're going to get the tweezers as well in there, and you get the wallet, and you also get the dense foam pad as well. So $14.99, 015972.
And the clever thing I liked with this, you get exactly the same hooks on the other side. And I thought, oh, that's to put my extra bits in, which is what I do. But no, I was told that was in case people are left-handed.
Oh, makes sense.
So you move the 4 tools from one side to the other side, so if you're right or left-handed, it works. Because so many products, I'm not a lefty, but I've been told by friends who have that it's a nightmare sometimes because everything's designed for left-handed, for right-handed people. So with the tongue, I'm going to do the same again, but all I'm going to do is on the front this time, and I'm just going to pull down, stroke to the bottom, and push on each of the little wings.
It reminds me of those little fishes that you get in Christmas crackers.
Oh, the ones you hold on your hand. Oh, I used to love those. I haven't seen them in ages.
I can't remember what that actually stood for, but yeah.
It's how it curled was supposed to be like a little guide, wasn't there?
Yeah, like how healthy you are or something like that, I think it was, yeah.
So what I'm going to do then is I'm using hot glue for speed, and I find this is the easiest way to do it. Take your back, little blob of hot glue in the middle, and put your kidneys in. Yeah. Little bit of hot glue on the back in the centre of your tongue piece. Use my reverse tweezers, and I can just...
And these tweezers are in the toolkit too, aren't
They are.
They're brilliant, these are.
pop that into the centre. You see it automatically pops.
Yeah.
So when I hold this up, you'll be able to see there
Look at that.
is an orchid.
Yeah.
So we've gone from a piece of card, bit of stamping on it, but with the shading, we've got an orchid.
And remember, from a sheet of A4 cardstock, you're going to be able to get 12 orchids out of
Yes.
each sheet, because remember, the actual shape and size of the die, you'll fit 4 times onto a A4 sheet, and you get 3 orchids from each pass through.
That's our piece of cards.
There
You
you
can
go.
see you can easily do that 3 more times.
Yep.
All the way through. And of course, we've got all 9 pieces out, simply.
So there's little or no waste at all.
No, so if you want to just use some of these petals to make some fantasy flowers, make some poppies or things, you can, because you're cutting so many out in one. You're not thinking, oh, what a waste. I'm not using the tongs in that, or that card, I'm not using the back plates. It doesn't actually matter.
But look at this finished one here in my hands. Beautifully oriental. Again, orchids normally are a bit of a nightmare to keep. You can actually make them yourself and do lovely displays with them, add them onto your mixed media projects, put them on the cards, put them on decorate frames maybe with them too. Only $19.98 gets you the die and the stamps together. I'm going to remind you of everything else that's on the counter then from Crafts too. But a quick little look at this. I know, John, you've selected this to be in the show as well, because the foliage is always so popular. And this is from John's own range. So you've got your ferns on the left, and you've also got your leaves on the right-hand side as well. You can never have too many of these.
No, you can't. And what I wanted to do, I'm going to do it in the next demo. I'll show you how the swirl leaves work as the perfect base for your orchids.
Right.
Because that's what they were designed to do.
OK, well, we'll get onto those in just a second then, but they are in stock if you want them. 368165 is your item number there. OK, so let's remind you then of the orchid stamps and the dies together. You get both of them, and remember, this has got this very, very clever line-up system, which basically means you line up the triangles with the cutaway section on the die, and it means you don't have to worry about accuracy. You're going to get perfectly cut out orchids and petals every single time. A quarter of a big stock of this is now gone. $22.98 usually. Today, though, it's just $19.98 for the two, and that's 036798. To show you some finished samples as well, using the orchids, but maybe not as orchids, but as possible poppies. Really lovely. Here we've got another poppy in that frame, as you can see there, which is lovely. Orchids in different colours. There's an MDF plaque that's been decorated with them too. I mean, just in the centre, if I lift this up, this is John's friend Mrs. Duck's tissue dispenser, which is quite exquisite, absolutely beautiful. Behind some acetate there are the orchids. Look, there are some other flowers on there too, but lots of ways of using them. £19.98 gets you those. Next to that, we then also from Crafts do have these amazingly ornate frames. Now, if I just show you some of these cards quickly, this one, hopefully you can see it okay, because it's kind of quite dark, but you've got black with a dark purple background, but these wonderful rectangular frames, you can layer them, you can put them on top of each other and they look fantastic. Use them portrait or landscape, it's entirely up to you. Here's another one using some fantastic gold satin card. That looks a treat, it really, really does. So making wonderful frames, and you're going to get both. You're going to get the square and you're also going to get the rectangle. Third of the stock gone from just the preview. We only spent literally a minute or two looking at those. £19.98 for both, so basically they're $9.99 each. And again, just another one there using flowers and interlocking the frames, almost treating the frames almost like buckles there, doing it on a quarter turn so it's more of a diamond shape rather than a square. Really lovely. That's $19.98, 226071. Now the next set, if you've got standard matting and layering dies, squares, rectangles, ovals, that sort of thing, I bet you haven't got something like this that's got this beautiful circle cut into each of the 4 corners. They nestle together beautifully. This is $39.98, but if you're a Freedom member, good news for you, you don't pay any P&P, and you're also getting an extra discount down to $35.98 for both. There's so many dies here, 36 dies in total, and just this is my favourite card of the show, I think. I love this. You've got the flowers in the middle, but just look at how these dies have created this 3-dimensional, almost like a box effect to the top there. Really lovely. Here's another one using a few of them, matting and layering them together. You can give them great height using your double-sided foam pads. You can keep them nice and flat if you want to, just using your ordinary glue. Here's another one again with a poppy in the centre. Isn't that lovely? So rather than just having the 45-degree, you know, right angles, why not have that kind of indented curve to each of the 4 corners? Really lovely. You're going to get your squares, you're going to get your rectangles as well, and they are just £17.99 on Flexi today. So Flexi, if you want it and you're in the Freedom Club, £17.99 delivered and £17.99 in 4 weeks' time. Now, the next nesting dies we've got for you, these are incredible value. You get both sets here for only £14.99, so £7.50 a set. And you can see what John's actually done. This is what's been cut away. There's the box. If you were able to get the box that was the one-day special the other day from John, then you could, of course, use them to cut into the top of the box and maybe put some acetate in there, have maybe a gift behind it or something like that. And, of course, that's the waste or not, as the case may be. So lovely to have ornate decorative dies like this. So those two together, £14.99, very good value, 709,647. And then the next set is even better value because you're getting 2 sets of 6. You had 9 dies in the first set. This is actually giving you 12 dies, 6 in the square and 6 in the fancy frame for £14.99. That's 084158, your item number there. So they will cut out toppers and blanks. They'll also give you frames. They'll also give you apertures as well. And the website's got everything else, and there's loads of things from Crafts too to have a little look at the website, not just what's on the counter. Don't forget the ink sprays. They're there as well in sets of 3. John's made sure that all the colours kind of coordinate together. You can see with the colour on the label exactly what colours you're going to be getting, and they tie in nicely with the ink pads as well, which are there. 5 ink pads for £9.99, so £2 a pad is nothing. It's such good value. And remember, it's actually been mixed with the glycerine, like John said, so it will blend beautifully. It goes on to cardstock beautifully. You've got stamens for the middle of your flowers as well, if you want to invest in those. And lots of you going for the toolkit. So you've got those flower shaping tools and the tweezers and the little wallet that they fit in, and of course the dense foam mat for flower shaping. They're there for £14.99. Jolly good. It's all on the website, hochanda.com, if you want to take a little look. Right, John, back with you.
Right, so... Oh.
It's all going off.
Well, I know that works. So what I'm going to do now is I want to do some leaves to go with that. We're going to make a card up using the orchids.
Right.
Great to show you how to do it, but we need to know what can we actually do with them.
Okay.
So what I've got here is this is a piece of, and this has got a, if we look, this has got a sort of sheen to it. In fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull this piece in. You see, this is a pearlised card.
Yeah.
Well, this is what I would call a pearl card. It's not pearlised, it doesn't have the plastic coating.
Okay.
It's actually pearl in there.
Right.
Yep. So, again, normally, if I were to spray these with ink sprays, what would happen is I would cover all of that pearl finish, and I would just get the matte colour of it. That's not how these have been designed.
Right.
So, and what I like to do is, when I'm making foliage, I like to make what I call ugly paper. So I make paper that looks very ugly, but it works for the leaves. So I'm going to take the colours, and I'm using Verbena, the mint, from the sort of foliagey colour sets, and just put some spray on. But if you can see, can you actually see that drying?
Yes. Before your own eyes, before your very eyes. And also you get a lovely circle pattern from the spray nozzle as well, don't you?
You do, yeah. But that's actually, that's dry.
Yeah, it
there.
is.
So it literally dries in front of your eyes. So
I like that effect.
And again.
It's really cool.
But if we look carefully, you can actually, in the top, can you see where it's glossy?
Yeah.
It's actually drying away.
Could you, I know parchment doesn't like moisture.
Parchment, these colour parchment beautifully.
Do they?
Yeah.
Right.
Get some wonderful background
Because they're not too wet.
And
now, we've been asked, can you use flower foam to make the orchids as well?
you can, and I will be showing that in the 2 o'clock show.
Oh, great. OK. Watch the space.
Yeah, watching 2 o'clock, and I'll show you how to do them with the foam.
Great.
So again, 90% of that now is dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some framboise. So that is, I know some people would say it's not, to me that's quite ugly. That's messy. It's not, you know, it's not wonderfully, beautifully neat. It's not what you'd go, oh, look at that background on the card, isn't that lovely? You know, it is messy, slightly, but that's what we want for this.
Okay.
So I would say 90% of that, and I hate to, but there we go, you see, that's dry.
What surfaces can you use those sprays on?
I've used them on everything. I mean, I'm really reluctant. The reason I used a box, and you know me, I usually spray into the large box under here that doesn't exist. And drop bits on the floor, and I'd normally colour on the desk. I won't spray these without a box on this desk because they'll colour the desk.
Right.
colour virtually every surface, because as I said, I mean, I'm actually watching as I'm talking, that little patch of red there is just drying. Instead of it soaking in, it evaporates off, which means that it sits on top of the surface, so it doesn't need a porous surface to work. Obviously, you could spray these onto glass and they will colour it. They will wash off, but if a normal ink spray, you spray it onto glass or plastic, it'll just drip off.
Well, I mean, if you're not washing what you're actually spraying, it doesn't matter, does it?
Doesn't make blind
If you're doing a
difference.
vase or something like that that never gets washed, then...
No, and they have just come out with some fabric versions, which I will hopefully be bringing you at some point.
Okay.
But this is now, I've got my heat gun, I was going to do it, but we've talked enough for this to be dry.
Yeah.
So I'm not scared of doing that now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to die cut this, and what I want to do is I'm going to use... So this is the foliage. These are the swirl leaves that we launched on Monday, and these are mirror imaged. So they go in both directions. And the idea is, of course, if you position them right, they will cut out, they will leave you a perfect impression on the waste piece. So you can use those as the backing of a card.
And also the ferns, you're getting a left and a right version of the ferns as well.
So what I'm doing is I don't like to waste anything, so let's get as close as we can. In with our card. So we're going with our ugly paper.
Yeah.
We're just going to run that through. Don't place it. I found when I do this, if I try to get a certain area in a certain leaf or whatever, it won't work, it just looks messy. So leave it quite random. So I'm going to go through. Comes out.
Perfect cut.
So it's cut, all cut perfectly. But you'll see what I mean about the way the dies are designed. So don't waste that.
No, not at all.
There is a mask or a stencil. If you can see the swirls, can you imagine cutting those in around four corners of a piece of card and putting it on another piece as a background? Always look at your waste.
Yeah.
Like I said, you know, that's 10p, that's 5p going in the bin. I'm not wasting that 5p.
Also, that could be a stencil.
It could.
Also use it as a
Yeah,
stencil.
and again, these sprays, one of the great things is with these I meant to mention, normally with, again, an ink spray, if you have to spray through a plastic mask or a metal stencil because they will soak a paper one. If you've got a lovely die that you want to turn into a stencil, cut it in paper. These don't soak the paper.
No, not at all. Because it dries in next to no time.
There's none on the back. It doesn't soak through, so you can use then paper stencils.
Nice idea.
Yeah. So here we go. I'm going to take these, so pop these out now, and hopefully you'll see what I mean. So release holes, always go for a release hole near the top or the bottom of the foliage, and it just drops out. But can you see there?
Look at it, isn't it gorgeous?
We've kept that pearl look, but look at the colour. That's far more natural than cutting out of green.
Yeah, totally.
If you go for it, it works so well with the ferns. Again,
So I wouldn't have thought of doing it in that way and using it in that way, but it really does work.
on
Makes
the
it look
fern,
realistic.
how much more realistic that is. But look, we've not lost the pearl finish.
No.
And that pearly gold finish is not in the spray, it's on
it's
the
on the
card.
card.
But this is why I do ugly paper, because to me, I can use a scrap of card and every single leaf then is a different
And
colour
if you
and
cut
shade.
that out of just green cardstock, it would look fake, it would look artificial, because no leaf is just one colour green, is it?
No, nothing is ever flat
No.
in life. It has dimension and colour and movement. And these just work so well. So just release out that one. So move those to one side, but again, get the little bits out. You can see there I've got all the different shades on it without having to get my hands messy and without having to go. And I know that we can do this. We can sit here and we can ink around the edges.
And some people like to do that.
And, you know, occasionally I will do it, but to me, life sometimes is too short. You know, that's no better than that side, to me. Yeah, so it's a speedy way of doing
But
it.
using those sprays in the way that John did, creating that that background makes it look so realistic. If you've never tried that technique before, then invest in some of these ink sprays today, and you can have a little go with it. And they will go such a long way as well. You used, which colours? You used the green?
I used the mint, the verbena, and I used the framboise.
Right.
A little bit of red in there. If you wanted to have sort of, I like to add a little bit of red into my leaves, but I put the two greens together with the blue because they're tonally right. And if you do that, they'll make beautiful flowers. And of course, the orchids look gorgeous. Cut from, spray the paper, stamp it, and then cut the orchids and just shape them.
Right.
And you'll get all those little dots of colour that you would get with an orchid. But again, you're not sat there waiting for 2 hours for the paper to dry.
Yeah, exactly.
So I have to wait for that. I'd leave it overnight, and then the next morning I forgot what I sprayed the paper for.
Well, if you want the sets of 3, we used the berry. What was the combination we used? The fresh, and the other one's from the berry collection. So if you wanted both of those, you'd get 6 bottles then for just under £30. Okay, so that's 389,752 if you want the berry option. But there are 3 sets of 3, so choose which colours are more your cup of tea. And then also maybe the tools. If you haven't got the ball tools yet to shape your leaves and petals, we've got the details of that coming up. And it does come in a rather nice wallet as well with Crafts 2 branding on it as well. And you also get, of course, that foam mat. Now, don't think that that is just like a mouse mat. It's not. It's a very dense foam, perfect for shaping petals and leaves. £14.99, and we're busy for the toolkit. A third of the stock has gone on that. And you get 6 different sized balls for different effects. And you also get the tweezers, which are the self-closing tweezers. So when you release your fingers from them, they grip. So they're really handy. And you get the foam mat as well as the case.
And I keep saying about the foam, it's something I was saying yesterday. I was at a show, and I'm saying to people, please feel this, because I don't want people to get at home, do it and say it doesn't work. They've got their piece of foam and they press on and they don't get that look of the orchid. And it's because you must make sure you're using a good dense piece of foam.
Yeah, not all foam mats are the same.
No. But look what you've got first, because we should all do that, but you need something really firm. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use the Crafts 2. I think, I never remember whether they're Crafts 2 or press cut. I never remember the branding sometimes on these.
These 2, they're press cut, so you're going to get your rectangular frame and your square frame as well. And there are 3 dies in each set, so there's 6 dies in total here for £19.98. So it looks like it's just 1 die, doesn't it? But it's not.
It does, no. You get 3 dies in each one. So you've got the mats and layers inside that you need.
Yeah.
And one of the best things I'm going to do, I'm going to bring in, there's a card I made in gold and white. And what I did was I did this, and something I do quite a lot. So if you look, I've laid the dies down, and I love it when they fit like this, that I can get all 3 of them on a piece of A5, because I do cost in my head my card. I don't, and it's probably because I spent a lot of money yesterday on more cards. But I do cost it in my head, and I think, you know, the more card I can save, the better. So I've put the 3 of them, that gets it onto A5.
Yep.
Yeah? So I'm going to take a piece of just A5 in the pearlised that I was using earlier and pop that on.
Perfect.
Now, I would run this through twice.
Right.
So I would run this die through once with this colour, then I would leave the dies in place, and I would cut them out with a second colour.
Oh, so you're not running it through twice just because it won't cut the first time?
Oh, no, I'm going to run it through. So I'm not going to do it because it's not interesting for people to watch.
Right.
But if there's actually a card, if you can look in there, Dave, that's in gold and white.
That one?
That one. The orchids on. Okay.
That's gorgeous.
Right, so if you see there, I've got a gold outline.
Yeah.
This is the white outline left out, because I cut it all 3 in gold, then all 3 in white.
Right, got you.
That gives me 2 cards from one A5 piece of card. It shows how well these cut, because they just drop out.
And look how ornate they are as well. They're beautiful.
But if you look, I haven't embossed this. And I always do this just to annoy Andy. It's only ever when Andy's directing. But if Andy can get in, you can see that I haven't embossed this die.
No.
I haven't, because I am one of those that life's too short. These are so good. With just normal pressure on my Gemini, those lines have all embossed in.
It's done both jobs at the same time.
And if you wanted to colour them, those spaces are open, so you could actually ink over the top of the die. But while I'm picking this out, what I would be doing at home is I'd have slapped a piece of gold on, and I'd be cutting the gold out.
But also, if you did want to emboss it with your embossing mat, that would be even more
That would
impressive.
give you even more impressive and a lot, even crisper, would really push it a long way. So spend ages doing that. I've already got one that I've already done.
Yeah, brilliant.
But what I wanted to show was the... So I get the centre panel out, which has... This is really strong Art Deco.
Yeah, it is.
Because that's your corners, that's your squared off your Art Deco. But if you look on your little panel in the middle, that's solid. And the reason is so that you get the pop out from these 3 little Art Deco almost squares. So again, we've got those embossed. It's really hard to show you, but you could emboss that through. So I could put those. So rather than doing that, I would then cut that in another colour to give me the different mats.
It looks lovely, just tone on tone like that, doesn't
Tone
it?
on,
as well?
that is actually lovely.
Yeah, it is.
You now got me thinking, do you know, I actually think I prefer that version
Oh, wow, yeah, that does work.
like there.
Yeah.
So,
But if you want to change it around, add different colours, you can.
yeah, change it any way that you want to. So I've already got, now, I've used the press cut notched rectangles, and I did exactly the same. I actually cut these two out together, both in gold and both in white. And you can see how they mat and layer perfectly. But the clever thing is, this is something I love when they look at their dies. It's something I do in my range and Press Cut and Crafts 2 do in theirs. Can you see that that is exactly the same aspect ratio?
See, it all gets thought about. It's not just kind of thrown together. These
It's not
collections.
going, oh, what size shall we go for? Oh, let's be arbitrary. So that is actually the same size. It's like a golden
Yeah.
ratio they've kept to. So you know that if you've got dies from that range, they'll work together and
Brilliant.
they'll work with other people's.
Excellent.
There's no point in pretending it. So I'm just going to take...
And this has to be one of the most cost-effective ranges that we do as well, for value for money, to get all of these dies at such a great price. $19.99 is your flexi if you want to go for the notched squares and the rectangles. If you're a Freedom member, it's even better because you get another discount. That will take it down then to $17.99 today and $17.99 in 4 weeks' time. That's 36 nesting dies you're going to get in rectangles and squares with the little curved out circles in the corners.
And I've paid that for one set.
Yeah, absolutely.
For one set
Yeah,
of
yeah.
squares, to be honest.
And more in
yeah.
years gone by.
So I've just matted and layered the panels together already at home. And of course, all these bits I'm throwing down are not going on the floor. They are going in the box that I'm stood in to keep the floor tidy. I would not do that to Ben. But if you... this is going to be very hard to see on camera. But what the embossing actually does is it shows you where this goes. You can see there's a line to show you where to put it.
Yeah.
So if, like me, you're not good at getting things straight, it's very easy to do.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to layer it up again because it's very, very rare I make a full card on air. And I love the orchids, but I wanted to show you it's not just home decor, that we can do something different. We can actually put them onto a card and they're not going to be too thick.
Well,
so.
I'm just trying to work out, if you went for maybe the matting and layering squares and rectangles and the ornate frames and possibly the orchids today, what would that be? 60, about 70, between 70 and 80 pounds it would be. You could have that on Flexi, the whole order could be on Flexi, so you pay just under £40 today and £40 in 4 weeks' time.
Cool. So you can see what I've done is cut some standard mats, but I've made them just that little bit shorter so the corners pop out to alternate. That's so easy. Again, I was going to show that, but we don't have the time. So we're going to put our foliage on. I'm using a wet glue, and I'm just going to use my Craft Artist because it's nice and strong, and I get the wriggle room with it. And when I stick foliage on, always, I just glue the leaves. Life is too short for taking a fine tip and going around all those little bits.
yeah.
I've got them as fine. I mean, they hate me in the factory sometimes.
But it's lovely
These
also,
lines are so fine.
but to keep it wispy, so it's not kind of a flat, to keep it three-dimensional, really.
If it's all stuck down, it doesn't have that movement.
No.
It really doesn't. And all I've done is pop these onto, backside down, onto my foam and pushed ball tool number 5, which is the second to largest tool, into each leaf, just to shape it. That's all I've done. But because they are a mirror pair, of course, I can swag that across the whole of the card front.
That's lovely.
And then I'll just take...
Do you know what makes that? There's lots of things about the card I like, but what makes it for me are the inks that you used on that pearlised card.
Yeah.
It just gives it
It
believability.
gives it such a
and
sheen and such a shine.
picks up the light.
But you can see that the foliage was designed to be big enough for you to be able to see, put the flowers on and still see some. So I'm going to tuck. I've actually got 2 large and 1 medium on this one. And I really should have used my glue gun, hot glue gun, because obviously, glue. Have we got? Oh, we are. We're going to get away with that. But then, there we go.
There it is. There it is done. Within the hour. A completed card by John. Doesn't happen often.
It doesn't. It's very rare. I mean, I'm looking at it now, going, what it actually needs then is
A few more. Yeah, why not?
A few little bits of the foliage just tucked in to thingy the gaps, but again.
I love that. Absolutely gorgeous.
But the pearl sheen you're getting from those leaves is the amazing thing with the ink colours.
Yeah,
that's what I love about that.
I do too. That makes the whole thing for me. Now, let's remind you then of what we've got in stock and what you can go for. Very busy on the website, very busy on the phones as well for everything that John's been demonstrating in the show. What started it off, of course, was the orchid. So to get the orchid stamps and the dies, and they look so believable, especially the one that's just lying here in the front. Have a look at the website, though, because it's all there if you want to have a little look at hochanda.com. We've got the inks, ink pads, as well as the sprays. We've also got some vintage card there as well for you. So lots of things that we've talked about and maybe haven't actually shown on the website as well. But this orchid, look at this.
I have to say thank you to Martine Smith for this one. Thanks to Martine, Bev and Mrs Stuck for the samples I've got on the show, and Leslie. But it's just so real. That's done with the foam, and I'll be showing you how to use the foam in the next show at 2 o'clock.
That's 2 o'clock this afternoon.
But that's so easy to do. But again, here, this is a beautiful card by Leslie Lakin, where she's coloured it herself. And she's just put them in, and they're almost like... They're almost getting towards the sort of pansies. But you've got that fantasy flower. Again, another one by Martine.
Gorgeous.
This one I love. This is another one by Leslie, with the pink ones, but here she's stamped them in white embossing powder on vellum.
Wow.
And then used card blue in the middle. I just think that's absolutely beautiful. And I've got to mention this one. This one is actually made with the FMM clay.
Oh, I know, yeah.
So Mrs Duck has rolled the clay out very thin and then pushed the dye into it to cut them out. So she's made these out of the paper clay. So Catherine's the expert. She might know more about that one, but it worked really well.
Catherine's coming up later as well, coming up in the next hour, in actual fact, with Anthea and the fantastic fabric show, Quilting Antics. But anything else in the show that you fancy? Top tip, go for those ink sprays. They are brilliant in sets of 3. They're fantastic, especially on pearlised cards. They looked amazing. But all the other dyes you'll find at the website hochanda.com. John is back with more demos at 2 o'clock this afternoon, so make sure you tune in then if you can, or record the show if you're going out or whatever. And more demos to come, how you can use the foam. That will be demonstrated at 2 o'clock. I'll see you in an hour's time, though. Lots more to look forward to this Sunday here at Hochanda. Thanks, John.
you're well. This is Craft Price Drop on a Sunday morning. Are you warm? I hope you are. It's very chilly this morning. On my drive to work, it started off really nice and serene. I thought, oh, summer is coming. And then I just turned a corner and it dropped -4 degrees. And it was all wintry and icy, but it was very, very pretty. So hopefully you're nice and warm and you're ready to save some money, because that's what Craft, I nearly said it, that's what Craft Price Drop is all about. Now, this is how it works. We bring you items at a genuine start price. That genuine start price then falls. It does. And the more of you that come in, the more the price falls. And everyone pays the lowest price at the end of the auction. We broadcast online only, so it's like a special club. And it really is great to have your company, because you too can save lots of money throughout the day. Now, if you are a Freedom member, it means that your P&P is included. And here's Dave to tell you more.
Hello everyone, I've got a minute or two to tell you why you should all be members of Hochanda Freedom. Did you know that with Hochanda Freedom you could be saving on your deliveries every single month? For just £6.97 monthly fee, you'll benefit from unlimited standard delivery, which means the more you spend with us, the more you save. And do you know the best bit? You can cancel at any time. Becoming a member of Hochanda Freedom, you'll also be able to take advantage of our exclusive Freedom member discounts, where you can save anything up to 20% on an already fantastic Hochanda price. Freedom members will also receive our exclusive members badge and Freedom newsletter, which will keep you updated with all the goings-on behind the scenes. Look at all these benefits for just £6.97 per month. Over 12,000 of you are already members, and we thank you so much for being part of our family and sharing your crafting passion with us. In fact, I'm going to hand over to you to tell everyone else about your experience with Hochanda Freedom.
I'm a Freedom member, which means I can shop a lot.
It's the discounts and all the special offers you get.
I get special offers, I get special discounts. They tell me when everything's happening. So if there's a special show I want to watch, then it's there. I'm able to just shop when I'd like.
It's just good to have. Yes, you do save. If you buy like I do, you save.
You see, you could be a member instantly for £6.97 per month with no monthly obligation. So when you want to cancel, you can. Just give us a call or go to our website quoting the item number 88888. So don't forget, you get your unlimited standard delivery, exclusive Freedom discounts, members badge and a members newsletter. So what are you waiting for? Join Hochanda Freedom today and become a member of the growing Hochanda family.
So that was, I'll get my words out in a moment. That's what it's like to become a Freedom member. So your P&P is included on all auctions. Shall we begin? Yes, let's do it. Right, here's your first item. And it's going to be a fantastic price as well. I've got a paintbrush, I've got some water, and I'm going to do what I oughta. Right, 162527 is your item number for this. £26.99. That's your genuine start price. However, there you go. That price will fall and everyone will pay the lowest price at the end of the auction. 162527 is the item number. You're getting a set of 4 Maya gold metallic paints. You've got ice blue, rose champagne and avocado, 50ml in each one, £26.99. So it works out to be about £6.75 each. But that price will come down, and I'm going to do a little bit of painting. I'm going to open them and show you the colours inside. Any excuse to have a bit of a play. Now, they are water-based, hence the water in the background and the water brush. So these are going to be great for drawing out the colour with water and doing all kinds of different effects. Shall we start by taking these off? Okay. Now it is a very, very intense finish and it is very glossy and glass-like. If I lean that forward without pouring it out, you can see that gorgeous, beautiful colour. Can you imagine if I just poured all that out? No. Right, £24.11. I'm going to open them all up because hopefully I might get a chance to have a play with all of them. That is the gorgeous ice blue. And then I'll open this up Oh, there you go. Yeah, we've got some fantastic items on Hochanda today, so these might come in handy. We've got 2 MDF shows. I think I'm doing one of them actually, which is fabulous. Right, let's just put that on there. Okay, now these would be very special. Now I'm going to just wet my brush a little bit. I'm just going to wet the area on there because this is just using one of the boxes. Shall I bring that in there? There you go. Ignore that. Ignore that. Yeah, that was from the varnish demo. In fact, this is my demo crate and not a Democrat. Right, let's put that on there. There you go. Ooh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? There you go. So just drawing that across, you'll see you've got that lovely coverage on here. There you go. Oh, I'll try and get my arm around there, shall I? That's quite difficult for me to do. So I'll just pop it to the side. There you go. Just painting that across. Beautiful coverage that you've got there. £21.82. Shall we go lower? Let's go lower. Let's go lower than £21.99. While I clean my brush out, we're going to take that price down. Let's see. £15. It works out to be £3.75 per pot. That is a fabulous deal. Right, I've put some blue on. What colour shall I go for next? I've got the gold in there. I have got the aubergine, or the avocado, no, sorry, the rose, the champagne or the avocado. Let's try some avocado. They do say that avocado is very good for you. Look at that. Oh, sorry, you go. There you go, there you go. So you've got that beautiful green there. Doesn't that look beautiful? Great coverage, water-based, but you're getting that glass-like effect. It's really easy to clean your brush. I'm using a little bit of water there. Now if I take a bit of the blue and then just take it down here, I wonder what that would look like, just mixing them up. Because we're using the water to activate, just mixing it up a little bit there, changing the colour. You can do that. Absolutely beautiful. And I'm just going to carry on painting these while you start to check out your baskets. £14.16. It really is a great deal. If you want to get hold of these, 162527. You've got the lovely avocado in there, 50ml of that. You've got the fantastic rose, you've got 50ml of that. You've also got the ice blue, 50ml of that. And you've got the gorgeous, beautiful champagne that I'm going to take a bit of use. But let's get that price down. That's what we're hearing there. Let's get the price down. Sorry, I'm doing a bit of painting. Right, we've got the alarm. It's a double chevron. That means we're going to see how many is left. And we're also going to see that great price on the screen. £12.50 for all 4. 14 left. Right, let's bring that in and let's just carry on doing a bit of painting inside. It works out to be £3.13 per pot. Oh, this champagne colour's nice. You don't need a lot, but you could actually put it on a little bit thicker if you want to. And with your brush strokes, you could just have it nice and smooth across. Now look at the shimmer and the glimmer. Great coverage, actually. Because it's water-based, you can just water it out, can't you? You can have a washed out look if you want to, or you could have it really, really intense. Let's just lift that up and show you. Whilst I put my hands in the wet paint on that side, what a great idea that was. You've got a tissue, Matt, somewhere, sorry. Matt's our lovely floor manager today. But you can see that shimmer and the shine in there. And also the shimmer and shine on my fingers, on my fingers. Right, let's just continue to wash the brush in there. And then we'll pop some, what other colour? We've only got 5 left, by the way. I'm going to use a bit of the rose and just keep going. Oh, it's nice. Add a little bit more water, get that lovely coverage in there. Use this for your mixed media projects. We've got some MDF shows on later on Hochanda. You can use this on your card. You can use this, well, I'm using this on the crate just here to add that colour. Fabulous, isn't it? £12.50 if you want to get hold of these. I'm going to place that down there. I'm going to wash my brush while you check out your baskets. Look at that. I've even got paint. So all I need to do is get a bit of water on there and make even more of a mess. But that will allow me to clean up. So I'll just pop that there. I'll grab a bit of tissue. No, the tissue's coming. Oh, I've made myself into a right mess. I've got wet hands, I've got paint everywhere, but you are getting a great deal. And Alison, you've got the final one. Well done, congratulations. These are fabulous. That price has locked. Yes, it has. That price has locked at £12.50. Right, moving on. Oh, the lovely Chris Baker, the debater, has brought me in some tissue. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. Was it cold? No. Oh, he's got his hat on. He must be cold. Right, let's say hello to you on Facebook. You are watching us this morning. Good morning, Heather. How are you? Hope you're keeping warm. Sarah, how are you? Leslie, hello. Good morning. We've got Deirdre. Hello. And Mark, hello. How are you? I hope you are well, and I hope you're taking advantage of all the bargains we have got. Right, we've got some vellum for you next. Bringing the item number up on the screen. This is fabulous. I'll just move this. I'll tell you what, if I just try and move it all forward. There you go. £45 is a genuine start price. £24. Sorry, £45 is how much it is, but you're getting 24 pieces on here. Now you get 24 sheets of vellum and 56 die-cut toppers that you can see there. Lots of different shapes. We've got some beautiful flourishes. We've got some snowdrops there, and we've got some ferns as well. So the vellum matches the toppers that you have. So assorted die-cut toppers, £45 is a genuine start price because you've got 24 pieces of embossed vellum, and you're getting 56 assorted die-cut toppers. And the vellum is 12 by 12. Let me pull out one of those vellums to show you. There you go. There you go. So there's some with your ferns on it, your leaves, and then bring that out. So you've got a couple of each. You've got a couple of each in there. So you've got your toppers and your vellum. You can use these together. You can mix and match. It's going to be entirely up to you. They are embossed and they're packaged individually. Now, if they are packaged individually, you might want to sell these on your craft market. It's going to be entirely up to you. You might sell them as part of a craft kit. Maybe you're making up a card, for example, and you put the components within a kit and you can sell them. Maybe you're part of a craft club, and this is going to be ideal for you to start crafting with. Let me show you some of the fern that's in there. That's beautiful, isn't it? Gorgeous. So those are your toppers. You can see you don't have to cut them out, they're already pre-cut. And you've got your vellum as well, £41.80, but that price, as you've just heard there with that alarm, is coming down. Yes, it is. The chevron's right there, bringing us down. £45 down to £22.50. Wow. That is a great deal. It really is. 891307 is your item number. Now half price, £22.50. Let's go through some of these designs. If you've got any ideas of what you might want to use these for, then please let us know on Facebook. We'll read out those comments and let other crafters know what you are going to use yours for when you get them home. So you've got your 12 by 12 vellum. You've also got your card toppers as well. Now that's nice because that's the fern in that colour. Let me just bring that back in for you. And then you've got the fern in the green, so the two different colours just there, the two different colours. Really nice size, 12 by 12, all packaged beautifully, and all will be sent directly to your door. I'm being told we can do better on that price. I'm being told we can, and that's what we will do right now. £21.45. Let's go better. Let's go lower, and let's do it today. Let's do it together. Lower, better. Stronger, faster, lower, better. £18.75. Great price. I don't know whether we can do some math on that, see if we can break it down. Well, it's nearly 60% off the price, and you've got two different items, so we can't really break it down. 60% off, though, is a brilliant deal. That's what Craft Price Drop, keep getting it wrong today. Craft Price Drop is all about. £18.75, UK P&P is on top of that. But if you are a Freedom member, then as a Freedom member, your P&P is included. Now, if you just had the vellum and you divided that into the cost, it's 78p per sheet. And then all your die cuts are included. They're free, which is a great deal. That price, though, £18.54 is for the 12 by 12. Now, Lottie, our producer, is saying she seems to think she remembers seeing 12 by 12 vellum. Not on the high street. So here's a great chance. And of course, you can cut this up. It doesn't have to remain 12 by 12. You get a chance to cut that up. Chop it up. Scrapbooking pages. Scrapbooking pages. Yeah, let's drop the price while I recover from that one. I don't know what's wrong with me this morning. Probably need another cup of cocoa. It's because it's so cold, it just freezes everything. £45, down including my parade. £15 and 50p. That is why Chris Baker, the debater, wears a hat. Keeps his brain nice and warm. Bless him. You should see him. Actually, you shouldn't. He is a real gem. He's lovely. It's lovely, our Chris. He's in the gallery along with Taz, the Tasmatron. Taz says, hiya. We've got Lottie producing, she says. Hey. We've got Matt on floor, he says. Hiya. And I say hello, how are you? And it's great to have your company as well. We've only got 8 chances remaining. That means we've got 8 of these left to go out, be sent out directly to you. If you are a Freedom member, your P&P is included. £15 and 50p is a great price. Remember, you are getting your 12x12 vellum. It's embossed. You're also getting your card toppers as well. You don't need to cut these out. You just push them out, and that's it. You can start to make and create. You can use them separately. You can use them together, and they're all pre-packaged as well. So if you did want to sell these on your craft market, you've got the opportunity to do so. If you want to sell them as part of a crafting kit, you've got the opportunity to do that as well. 3 remaining. Phone lines are busy. The best way to order is the website. You're watching us on the website, so you must have access to the website. So that would be the best way to order from us. Pop it in your basket. Do check out anytime, and everyone pays the lowest price along with everyone else. We're down to the final 2. We're down to the final 1. Who will get it? Is it you? Are you about to check out? It's gone to Shelley. Well done. Our final 1 has gone, and that price has locked. Yes, it has. That price has locked at a great price as well. It's all right, Matt, you can bring it back in. Thank you. What's that, Christopher Baker? The debater? Ah, I thought it was something I'd said. I can't get my words out this morning. Cannot get my words out this morning, but that's why I've got a great team behind me to help me and to laugh at me when I get it wrong, because that's what happens, which isn't very often, or is it? I don't know. Right, let's take a look at our next lot that we have got. Bamboo spine coveralls you have here. You've got your 4 by 6 inches. You've also got your O wires as well. They're called O wires because they look like O's, and they bind your pages in, which are fabulous. And you also get your D-rings. Getting 19 D-rings. How many in each pack? Yeah, you've got 3 packs here. Yep, so you've got 3 packs here. 19 pieces in total. 19 pieces in total. Right. That price, £62.85, is already going down. It's a genuine start price. You do love Zutter, you really do. So we have got the bamboo, and you've got the spines on there as well. They're all packaged individually. If you want to sell these, then that's entirely up to you. If you want to use them and make and create, then that's fine as well. Let's show you what that looks like when it's out of its packaging. There you go. Now let's turn this around, because inside each one, pull that out, and that's your very first divider, which is great, and that just slots into the pocket, which is in each and every one of those bamboo spine coveralls. Let's drop the price, and then maybe you'll be journaling that. Let's drop that price. Let's take it down from £62.85 to £58.89. No, we're going lower. Let's do it. Zutter's always popular when we have it on Craft Price Drop. It really is. Lots of you doing journaling, lots of you using them as photo books, lots of you using them for your mixed media. £45 off the price. I thought you were taking it down to £45. That is fabulous. Right, £17.84. Over 70% off, just like that. It's great, isn't it? Grab this while you can, because I know we're going to be busy. If you're a Freedom member, then your P&P is included. So you're getting your spine coveralls. Remember, this is what they look like when you open them up. So they've got that really nice book effect. Looks like, I'm not a magician, a wizard's book. A wizard's book. So I really like that effect there. And that bends. So that when you pop your items in, you have got the leverage of going up to about there, so it stays flat. So you can get quite a lot in there, or you can have just a few items or you could get quite a lot in there, which is great. So they're all in black, they're all packaged. Then you've got your D-rings. If I turn that over, you can get an idea of where you can use your D-rings. And they are delightful. Delightful. Good for calendars, good for journaling, good for home decor applications. Home decor. Use solo or use as a pair. It's entirely up to you. You are getting 3 sets, but you know what that sound means? That sound means we are going to up the price. Now, I didn't think we could bring £16.28. I didn't think we could take it down, but we are. Okay, let's see what this goes to. Think about this. Buying all of this, £62.85. Now you're buying it for £12.47. But let's see what the catch might be. 14. We are down to the final 14. You are getting your O-rings as well in that lovely blue colour, and that is going to bind it all for you. You are getting 3 packs of your D-rings. 3 packs of your D-rings that you can use singularly or you can use collectively in pairs. You are also getting your 4x6 covers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Are we getting 11 or 12 of the spine? 12. Absolute bargain. Yes, because it doesn't say 12 on the screen there. That's why I asked. Sorry, just wanted to check. 12 of the bamboo spine coveralls. That is excellent value for money. If you do want to get hold of these, 165 152 is your item number. But we've only got 2 chances left. 2 chances remaining. You can multi-buy. So maybe if you want to multi-buy, you've got the opportunity to do so. Down to the final one. Down to the final one. And the last one's gone to Julie. Well done. Congratulations, Julie. You've got the final one. You really did get a bargain there. You should hear what Lottie's saying about that price. That really was a fabulous price, Lottie. Lottie hopes her mum took advantage of that. Right. Let's take a look at what we've got next. So we have got some card. We have got some paper pads, which we've got here. There you go. And we also have some lovely envelopes. Now these card and envelopes, you've got 100 sets together. 100 sets together. So your 8x8 pad here, and you've got 96 pages in total. You've also got your A6 and A7 cards. So that's your A6. And those are your A7 cards. So your A7 cards, they're all pre-scored, and so are your A6 cards, all pre-scored, so you can start to make and create your cards. Let's pop one over there. You get the envelopes to match that. They're lovely. And you get your A6. And that matches those envelopes there. Now let's take a look through the paper pack, because we have got some fabulous papers here, and it is called the Oriental Paper Maker. Shall I lift this up if that's okay? Yeah, and then I can go through it. So it gives you a selection on the front of what it might look like. Now that is gorgeous, isn't it? Look at the pattern in there with the red and the white. Now there might be 2 paper packs here. So I'll show you the first one, then I'll show you the second one, because there are 2, so that makes it even better value for money. So we've got the lovely red. Oh, look at that. Very, very oriental, isn't it? Isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful reds and blacks and golds and whites in there. Cut these up as backers to your cards, for example. You could cut that up So you could place that on that card if you want to, or you could put it on the inside of the card. The envelopes themselves are fabulous. All you need to do is add a bit of moisture just there, or you could actually pop that in there. It is a gum flap. And let's put that. So yeah, that's all you need to do. Just get a wet sponge or lick the flap like that. Well, a little damp sponge means you don't need to lick the flap. Makes all the difference. It makes all the difference. And my local post office, they don't like to lick the stamps or any flaps, so they use a little damp sponge. Just saying. Don't know who's been there before, you see. That's nice, isn't it? Oh, these are going to look fantastic. So this is just one of the packs that I'm going through. Oh my goodness, that price has fallen to £16.59. Let's see what it's going to go down to. This is going to be excellent value. So I was talking to myself in that monitor, did you see? Yeah. Right, let's see what that price is. Yeah, first sign of madness, isn't it? £15, 40% off. This is a great deal because just going through the second paper pack, you'll see that you've got some fantastic, gorgeous colours on here. You've got your clocks in there, you've got your harlequin checks, you've got your chevrons in there, you've got your dots in there. Now, they could be waves or they could be moustaches. Could be Father's Day. Or you could use them as waves. It's entirely up to you. You've got your stripes, you've got your arrows, and you've got your, ooh, that's making the camera go funny. Woo! And you've got your check. So, 2 packs, 2 different designs, excellent value for money, but that £14.28 is not just for the packs. It's for everything, yes! Right, we have got your A6 envelopes, just there, at the front. And you also have your cards that you can easily fold because they are scored. That price apparently can be better. My goodness, I thought it was a fabulous price. Are we coming down again? No. Go on then, Lottie. Do your thing. £14.16 is a genuine price, but let's see what that's coming down to. I love these paper packs. £12.97. £12.97. Do you know, just for the paper packs, think about it, £6.50 per pack, but then your envelopes and your cards are free, because you're getting the cards as well. Not just the paper packs, the cards as well. So 2 paper packs, 2 sets of cards, which are all scored. Oh, that one upside down, sorry, that's my fault. There you go. We've only got 7 left. No, 11 left. We soon will be down to the final 7. Down to the final 10. This is a great pack. I love these paper packs. We've got some beautiful designs. You can see a suggestion of the papers on the front there. You've also got the cards as well. You've got the A7 inside. You've got the A6 inside. You've also got the envelopes as well. Envelopes there and envelopes there. Only 5 remaining. Only 5 remaining. £12.97 is a great deal. 839595 is your item number. Are you getting yours right now? You do need to check out your baskets. You do need to assure yourself of the product. You can do it at any time, and everyone pays the lowest price at the end of the auction. That's when your debit card or credit card will be charged. You can help yourself to your craft price drop goodies. And if you're a Freedom member, your P&P is included. That's right. It's a... don't know what I did there. Did it with price drop? Paper pads. It was my breakfast just repeating on me. Only one remaining. Online craft price drop. Always fun. Always a little bit different. And Lorraine, you got the final one. Thank you. Well done. Congratulations. That price, boom, boom, has locked. And that price has locked at £12.97. Hiya. How are you today? Let's think of a question that we can ask the lovely people at home. Yesterday, we were asking what your guilty pleasure is on a winter's day. The majority of you were telling me about soup and hot chocolate. So today, we need another question. Can you think of one, Matt? Lottie? Tell me in my ear what your question is, Lottie. Taz, Christopher Baker, the debater. Oh, thank goodness for that, is left. Right. Oh, is that, can I, Lottie, do that question? Our lovely Lottie is expecting a baby in June. June or July, Lottie? In June. June 8th is the expected due date. And it's a boy. So congratulations to Lottie. How about helping Lottie with a suggestion of a name? Think of a name suitable that you think would be a great name for Lottie's new baby boy. That would be really nice. That would be really nice. We'll read some of those names out. So off you go, and here we go. We've got some stamps for you on Craft Price Drop. These are fantastic. These are from Creative Expressions. You can see the beautiful designs that we've got on the front. These are 4 sets: Wildflowers Meadow, Silhouette Garden and Tropical Grunge. 52 stamps in total. I'm going to say that again. It's Wildflowers, Meadow, Silhouette Garden and Tropical Grunge. There you go. And these are great because with that tropical grunge, these really all are grungy effects. They're like distressed effects, and that's why these are fabulous to stamp with on your projects, on your mixed media projects. I'm just going to lift these up now and show you the actual stamps, and I will put the white in the background so you can see. There you go. Let's pick this one up, and as we show you them, we will go along. So we've got those lovely gorgeous parrots that you were looking at there, and the tropical theme in the tree. Remember, this is distressed look, so you could use that part as a border or that part as a border. Mix and match all of these stamps together if you want to, and I'm just destroying everything again, sorry. And you can use these in various different ways. Now, I did a show recently with Lisa Horton, and Lisa Horton, sorry, my flaps are getting in the way. There you go. Lisa Horton, we did a show with these and they were fantastic, all the different ways that she made and created. Here's an example of this set just there, because you can see that that one has been used. Let's show you that distressed look, do you see? So you get that really nice distressed look with that. £48 is a genuine start price. It includes your postage and packaging. However, Lottie doesn't think that's good enough. With the anticipation of getting a brand new name for her baby boy due in June, Lottie is dropping the price. Lottie is dropping the Lottie. £24. Half price. Half price now, 592037 is your item number. Now, the great thing about these stamps is that they are on acetate, and it means that you can quite easily keep them stored on the acetate as well. And when they're stored on the acetate, you can simply pull them off. You can simply pull that off, like that, use it, and then you've got the print outline of the stamp on there, and then you pop that there. So there you go. That's what they look like. You can take them off. A stamp is a stamp is a stamp, but when you stamp with a stamp, it becomes art. Words of Wisdom by Janice Phillips. £22.88. We've heard that alarm. Does that mean that price is going down, Lottie? Or are we going to see how many we've got left? The price is going down. Oh, both. Lottie is giving us both. She's bringing it to us in both ways. £19.97 down to the final 17. Now, normally these are £12 each. So, calculating that, you're not paying for two, are you? It's a great deal. You've got lots of stamps, 52 stamps actually in total. Great for your mixed media projects with your grungy style tropical. You get that lovely distressed look when you're using your stamps. You can put on there. And the actual stamps themselves, just so you know this at home, is making a really nice watery effect on the back. I don't know whether you can see that. Can you? I don't know. No, you won't be able to see it because it's the way the light's shining. Sorry, that's just for my benefit. Looks great, so Matt can see that. Right, nice distress look. You've got your flowers on there, you've got your meadow, you've got your silhouette garden and your tropical grunge. You've got some parrots, you've got some cacti on there, you've got some palm trees, you've got some leaves and ferns. They're stamps. But the fact is, you're getting them at a great bargain. This is Craft Price Drop. You may have seen 1 or 2 of these sets and you've thought, I'd really like to get hold of that set. Well, for less than the price of 2, you're getting 4. Creative expressions. Only 2 remaining. You do need to check out your basket to make sure you assure yourself of the product. Remember, you can check out at any time during the auction and then sit back and watch as the price falls and everyone pays the lowest price. 592037 is your item number, down to the final one. If you're a Freedom member, then that is delivered directly to your door. Your Freedom price is included. Final one. And the last one's gone to Paula. Well done, Paula. Well done.
Price lock.
Paula used to be the nickname for my dog. Little Dee Dee, yeah. Little gorgeous, beautiful Dee Dee. We used to call her Paula. Albeit when she was playing up. Anyway, here is your, everyone all together, Star Buy. That's what we call it. And it's gonna be a great bargain. Yes, it is. Okay. This is your woodware. Clear Magic singles. Love these. Let's take a look at what we've got here. Star Buy means very popular. You're getting clear stamps. You're getting your flower, your bird, your sunflower, your blooms, and your butterfly botanical. 16 stamps in total. Love these because you've got some very traditional designs, but with a nice contemporary twist. I think instantly that is my favourite. Instantly, that's my favourite, with the butterfly and the script in the background. That's a sizable stamp and a beautiful stamp as well. £28 and 3 pence. Imagine doing that in your embossing powders. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Doing a bit of distress look in the background and with that stamped in sepia on top, or stamped several times as a background. That on its own is a fabulous, fabulous stamp. However, you are getting the whole set included. This is another one I like. Let me just draw your attention to this one. And you've got that lovely bird. It's almost like a stained glass window, isn't it? So you can use your glossy accents in there. You can use your Nuvo drops within there. Paints, inks, love that. Love that. And if I just take that off, just to show you, that is one stamp. Always hard to get off the first time. When I say hard, it's just because it's on there through the packaging, but that is one stamp. One stamp, and you get the additional, and you got the template on there, so you can pop that stamp back. Let's drop that price and we'll go through some more of these stamps. Love these, really, really do. Let's just get that on the right way. Right, let's take that price down. £28 and 3 is going down, down. Let's see, £19.97. It's a Star Buy, remember. It's a great buy. Love that stamp, love that stamp. Right, let's take a look at some of the other ones on here, which might possibly be my favourite. We'll go to this one next. You've got that lovely flower, working out to be £4 per stamp set. Look at the detail that you've got in there. I don't know if you can get any closer to that, but it's almost like got a stitchy detail. So you've got like a stitchy detail in there. And if we take this off here, you can see that clearer. If I take that off, there you go. There you go. Now you can see the stitchy detail on there. £19 and 13 pence is the price that it currently stands at, but that is a fabulous price for your Star Buy. Oh, sorry, Matt, I've totally ruined your display. Right, it works out now to be £3.40 per stamp. Sorry, Matt. I'll hold it, Matt. Sorry, Matt. Matt's going to sort that out for me. Do you know what I've done? I've taken some of the thing off with the thing. Right, let's take a look at this one. Let's take a look at this one. There's one missing, it's coming back, don't worry. We've got all these individuals here. So even though... yeah, these, sorry, I was just reading something else. Clear stamp sets. They're lovely, aren't they? Build and create your own flower. Build and create your own flower. And then, no, do you know what? I'll tell you why I just stopped. Because it says singles. And I thought, well, that's not just one stamp, but they're like single little projects. So when it says singles, you're still getting lots of stamps within the single one. Oh, Saved by the Bell, saved by the honking horn, which is always a good way to be saved by the horn. £16.61. No more, no more, no more, no more. Let's bring that price down. £14.97. It works out to be £2.99 per stamp set. Do you know what? I'm thinking of taking up the recorder again. Don't know why. I just like it. No, play it right. It's a lovely instrument. It's a lovely instrument. Our Christopher Baker's, he doesn't like it, but then who cares? £14.97, down to the final 14, down to the final 14. 13, 12, look, they're just going through. 11, I can just count them down now because you're taking advantage of this star buy. It is a great buy, and I really like these stamps because they're like a really nice contemporary twist. That's my favourite though. Don't know what one is your favourite. It doesn't really matter because you are getting them all included. Right, £14.97, down to the final 9. Down to the final 9. Now, that price includes your P&P. However, it'll only include your P&P if you are a Freedom member. And to become a Freedom member, 888 in your basket. Down to the final 6. There's a kind of hush all over the world. £14.85. That is a carpenter's song, not a football hooligan song. That is an insult to a football fan, not a hooligan at all. We sing songs to encourage our players to do better. We just need to find better songs at Leicester. 3 remaining. No, our players are doing great. Only 2 remaining. Don't talk to me about the football. It was a great game, but we lost. There you go. Said it, mentioned it. But we did win the league. 1 remaining. Has it gone? Yes, it has.
Price lock.
Champions of England. You'll never sing that. That's our favourite song that we sing down the football. Great to have your company this morning. I hope you're well. What's your sport of interest? I love football, of course, and skiing. I do love watching those on the television. If I've never told you that before, now you know. You've got to have an interest, haven't you? You've got to have an interest. Lottie, what's your sport of choice? Lottie's sister is a high jump coach. I never knew that, Lottie. I was the captain of my athletics team at school and I used to love high jump. Oh, I'd like to meet your sister and have a chat. Very interesting. Very interesting. And Lottie says that I would get on with her sister because she's very sporty, like myself. I would like to meet your sister. Right. 492656 is your item number. We have got a lovely range from Tonic for you. And this is your Simply Screen die sets, your Starry Starry Night, Oh Christmas Tree, and the Holly and the Ivy, all of which I can play on the recorder. Matt's saying, what? The name of these dies, Starry Starry Night, and Oh Christmas Tree, and the Holly and the Ivy. And I went up like that because I can play all of these tunes on the recorder. And the Holly and the is a different note. Yes, I can. Bring me a recorder, play all of them right now to you. Remember the little thing behind the back, you have to only half. I can also play the mouth organ, believe it or not. Well, I'm trying to, and I've got a little ukulele at home as well. Anyway, enough about me and my musical instruments. Let's talk about the price. £24.97. That is sweet ringing to your ears because £24.97 £97 is a great deal. Right, okay, should we take a look at some samples, what you can make and create? Let's turn these around so you can see the dies as well. You've seen what they make, but I want to show you the size of those dies because for the money, this is exceptional value. 1, 2, 3 sets. You can use these with their surround, as you can see. So you've got the outer part of the die just along there, so you can cut them out. And you've also got the inner part, which are fabulous. Here's some of the examples of what you can make and create. Sorry, I'll turn that, open that up. There you go. There you go. That's your holly and the ivy. Isn't that gorgeous? How spectacular is that? Beautiful holly and the ivy. Beautiful, beautiful. Not just for Christmas though, you could use it just in the background. That is your, of course, Starry, Starry Night. That is beautiful. And then the other one was Oh Christmas Tree, Oh Christmas Tree. And there it is. I can also do Mistletoe and Wine by Cliff Richard in sign language. Not only can I play it on the recorder, I can sign it as well. Christmas time. I can't do both at the same time, clearly not, because when you sign, you use your hands, Christopher Baker. However, there is a possibility I could play the mouth organ and sign at the same time. I could. £19, that is my Christmas party trick, by the way. And you have to move it along with your tongue. £19.97. We've only got 7 remaining. These are fantastic value for money. They're from Tonic, so you know you're getting quality there. Let's move those cards out of the way so you can see 1, 2, 3 sets of dies that you are getting. It is a huge saving. You're right, Lottie. And thanks to Lottie, that fabulous price, £19.97, is £55 off. That is nearly 3/4 of the price gone. 4 remaining. 4 remaining. If you want to get hold of these, you need to be part of that lucky 4. You do need to check out your baskets. It's down to the lucky 3. The last 3 of you to get onto the phones or check out your baskets on the website will get hold of these. It's a fantastic bargain. 492656 is your item number. This is Craft Price Shop online only. All the way until 12. And the last one's gone to Margaret. Well done, Margaret. Well done. Like that. Great deal. Great deal. That price has locked at £19.97. For a moment, I thought we were selling toilet roll. For a moment, I thought Matt's just rolled in some loo roll, but he's not. These are essentials. They really are. And these will put a smile on your face. You are getting 6 rolls of the 12mm. And 6 rolls of the 9mm width. And they are 25 metres each. So if there are 12 rolls at 25 metres, 12 times 25 is 250, 320, pardon? 300, I was right then, wasn't I? No, because 12, what am I adding up? I'm looking at the wrong thing. What am I adding up? 25 metres, yes. 25 times 12, well, 25 times 10 is 250, is it not? Yes. Then you have to add 1, which is 25, so that's 325. 12? No, it's 2, isn't it? Just tell me the answer, Lottie. I said 300. No, I stopped at 3. Let's rewind. 300 metres. There you go. I said 300. Did I say 300 at home? Well, it's 4p a metre. Does it really matter? It's 4p per metre. That is an amazing deal. Right, okay. You have got the 12m. Yes, you have. You have also got 12mm. Sorry, everyone. I'll get a grip. There you go. So, you got that size, and you got that size. You've got 2 sizes. Now, where would you use these? Well, if you're making up your boxes, these are fabulous. So you can make up your boxes. And let me just get that. There you go. So you pop them there like that. Let's see if these are easy to rip. Yes, they are. They're very, very easy to rip. And then you can just take off the top part, but I'm not going to take off the top part because I don't want to ruin the table. So let's just take that off. If I had a bit of paper and a pokey tool, I could do you a great demonstration. Maybe a bit of glitter, maybe a bit of glitter as well. We might not have time though. Oh my goodness, we're almost selling out. I'm trying to do a demo. Matt's working very hard, but you guys are buying everything. So Matt's going to get me some card and some glitter and a pokey tool, and I'm going to do a great demonstration of this fabulous tape. We've got 12 left. Come on, Matt, let's see who gets there. Okay, is it going to be Matt and the goods, or is it going to be the stock? Matt or stock? Here's a brand new item. Okay, Matt's trying to find me the card. We've got 10 left. You need to get all of these out of that basket before Matt gets back. Come on, let's do it. We've only got 9. Matt, just over there for your card. This is brilliant. Right, down to the final 8. And some glitter though. Don't come back without the glitter. Right, down to the final 7. You know what to do. Check out your baskets. It's going to be so funny. And the pokey tool. It's probably on the top shelf. Bless him, he's going up the ladders now. Down to the final 6. We can do this. Down to the final 6. I want those all gone before Matt comes back with all of the items I've asked him to get. It's a bit of a giggle, isn't it? The blue glitter, Matt. Right, down to the final 5. Go for the final 5. Please do check out, because Matt is almost walking over to me. Let's see how much this works out to be per roll. About 95 pence. Down to the final 3. Come on, check out your baskets. Matt is almost back in the studio. He's got the card, he's got the glitter. I think he's got the pokey tool as well. He might have. We're down to the final 1. Matt, I don't think you're going to win. Margaret, sorry, Matt. Well done, everyone. Oh, sorry, Matt. Sorry. He did try, Maybe next time when we give Matt a task, he might get back before we sell out. Well done, Matt. Well done for looking though. I must admit though, some of it was at the top of the ladder, so he did really, really well. He did really well, bless him. Okay, what have we got here? Ooh. So if you've got a sponge, maybe you've... That's the sponge right there. Yeah, I get the sponge, but look, that is a sponge, okay? Yes, yes. If you let me explain, in that they're all giving me explanations. I'm getting there. That's a sponge in there. Then you get your sponge and you place it on the sponge. That's what I'm saying. And you get ink everywhere. Now, Matt has got me some tissue. Well done, Matt. Thank you. Thank you. Now, these are paper decor, very, very good quality. As you could see there, now I've got a green fingernail. Beautiful. Right, what colours have we got? We've got the green in there, which is gorgeous. So it's moss green. We've also got sand, dark sand. And let's twist that round so you can see that. Again, just opening that up to show you. Good indication of the colour. So the sponge is all full of that beautiful, gorgeous colour. And then you get your sponge and you poke it in there. I wonder if you've got a brush. Would it work with a brush, I wonder? Can you bring me that watercolour brush, Matt, and we'll give it a go. Oh, whilst we're waiting for the brush to come in, and Matt will get it here, thank you very much. Let's take that price down from $29.99. You are getting your indigo blue, your dark sand, you're getting your moss green, and your caramel. Yes. And they're now at £15. They're now at £15. Let's turn the colours around to show you. Look at them. Beautiful, beautiful. Right, let's just see if it will work with the brush. Predominantly you use them with a sponge, but I'm going to see if I've got the brush and went in there. I'll do it on the tissue. Yeah, perfect. Actually makes a nice effect on the tissue. Let's make and create something with the tissue. So that is the sand. Oh, we're going down in the price. We're going down in the price. We are going down in the price. Let's just do that. Hello, £14.52. Let's see how many we've got left though. 4 remaining. Okay, you've got to come in and get a hold of these because these are great fun to use. So your sponge is there. Oh, look at that. Just saying. Yeah, you can refill that. But it also helps you daub down. There you go. Beautiful colours there, creating that sandy effect. Now a bit of green. What I'm doing here is I'm making a bit of camouflage colour, yeah? Camouflage. Thank you very much. The last one has gone to Diana. Well done, congratulations. I'm going to continue playing with this, so I've still got the indigo blue to put on there. Imagine this at 7 p.m, craft price drop. This is what they want me to do. They want me to tease it. 7 o'clock tonight, craft price drop. Yes, that's your next chance to get your bookings. Did we have any names for Lottie? Oliver, what a lovely name. Anakin. Oh, that's a nice name. I like that. Any other names, Lottie? Sebastian, oh, Seb. Cameron. Carl. Oh, some lovely names. Thank you. Thank you. Some nice suggestions. Lottie said thank you very much. And she will bear all of those in mind. Great to have your company today. Craft Price Drop coming to you online only. I've got sticky, messy fingers now, but never mind. Why change a habit of a lifetime? I'll see you later on Hochanda. Please do check out your baskets. Make sure you get all of those lovely, lovely goodies, and we'll see you later.